Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Erasmus Expeditions. We are here today with a ending of a trilogy, but I am not going to be the one running the game. I'm going to pass things off to our illustrious Dungeon Master here in just a moment. But before I do, I'm going to give the same warning that I give on the beginning of all of the videos that you see here on the channel, and that is, if foul language and mature subject matter are a problem for you, then bye-bye. You should not be here. But if those things do not deter you, then welcome. So yeah, I'm going to pass things up to our Dungeon Master, and he can introduce today's game. Baron, take it away.
Good afternoon / morning for everyone. It's a little bit earlier than our normal playtime, but I'm confident that that'll be all right, barring this absurd light coming through my front window right now. I'm Baron. I'll be GMing the final game in a series that I've had the absolute pleasure of working with Jeremy and my friends here to put together. It's been an incredibly rewarding experience, and I am grateful to have had the opportunity to even do it. Today, Ards song concludes, but I'm going to give my friends a chance to say what they would like before we get started, and we'll jump right into it. So Jason, go ahead and do your thing. We'll go to Philip and end with Jeremy.
It's good. Yes, I'm Jason Osorio, and potentially for the last time, I will be playing Svedna Nazif, a tiefling warlock paladin, who has kind of tracked through all of these multiple trilogies on Jeremy's wonderful channel. As always, Jeremy, thank you so much for hosting and Baron for running. I am very curious to see how this ends. There's been a lot of interesting sort of conversations that have happened over these last two sessions of this particular trilogy. It seems like we have at least two characters that are pretty confident they will not be emerging from the other side of this conflict. So I'm very interested to see what happens, or if maybe Guthrum is the one who dies, because of course it's the one that doesn't want to die that's going to be the one who dies. But anyway, I will pass it on to the next person.
Hey, I'm Philip. I'm playing Guthrum Gladhammer. Really excited to see this three-story, three-session arc come to a conclusion. Thanks for running this, Baron. Thanks for hosting, Jeremy. Jeremy.
Dude, absolutely, man. My pleasure. Yeah, like I've said for each of these, I've never had the opportunity to play a character through like three separate stories, three separate campaigns, and that's been really exciting to kind of visit them at 3 points in their career, their life, as an adventurer. And yeah, playing Alistair has been a ton of fun. I'm really excited to bookend his story and see how it's going to conclude. So I'm excited, and thank you, Baron, for deciding to host this here on the channel and for asking me to help produce it and stuff. It's been a fantastic journey so far, and I cannot wait to die at your hands.
At my hands, I shall do my best. Well, let's fucking do it, guys. The 10th moon, twilight of autumn, in the year 828, the light of the Iron Ring. May the Creator's benevolence shine down upon us all. We are deep within the keep of the Headless One, running. Swaths of shambling dead fall behind our champions as they cut a pathway through this castle to the heart of darkness, to the heart of the dead reborn. But this is not the first time this scene has played out. We see a castle not so dissimilar. The stonework is different. Instead of torches and sconces, we see light held by glass magically trapped, illuminating these hallways. We see different tabards corrupted and estranged by a headless one of a different time. There are things that are the same. This overwhelming sense of dread, the weight of a crypt, the weight of a grave, that preys upon champions all the same. We see an elvish man with copper hair that extends past his shoulders, We can see that it is damp with sweat as he too has been running. He has golden eyes, like coins that focus ahead of him. In his hand, a sword wreathed in flame. Beside him, two companions, a man adorned in green robes, gilded with filigree, and a staff mounted with a crystal. There is a small fox-like companion that trails beside him. He too has golden eyes, though his copper hair is shorn close to his scalp. And finally, we see a third elf, garbed in leather and green. He effectively and efficiently dispatches undead that pass beside him. They run. Outside, we see knights or soldiers in two frames of time, but the scenes are mirrored. Knights mailed in holy armor clash against the husks of the fallen. The Headless One's legions of undead rally and smash against waves and waves of soldiers and spears who bear spears and swords against their enemy. It seems that time and time again, a white banner with a sunburst means the same thing, a stalwart champion against the forces of evil. These symbols, sun, knights in white, they repeat. They too are like the tales of history. What lies beneath the layers of earth that separate the sun from those who hide in the dark? Our champions pursue to an end, just as the champions of old had. An enemy they seek to dispatch for what one would hope to be the last time. These characters have seen so much in the years that have passed since they have met. They have fought alongside each other. They've made difficult decisions, and they've seen companions die. When we left, the Grand Firefly was doing what he could to distract the Knight Solar that had come to apprehend you for the apparent murder of Knight Omar, whose shield and armor now bless Svedna and Alistair. With this distraction, the three of you rushed to the keep, and you were able to get inside. You were able to race down its hallways. You were able to dispatch those that would assail you. Can you guys take the opportunity to just montage some undead deaths here? You're capable warriors. What does that look like as you fight your way to the heart of where your enemy lays?
I think at some point we are having to like fight our way up one of the like a spiral staircase you see like in a tower. You maybe to get up onto the ramparts, you know, to run a distance or something, and it's just like chock full of undead that are trying to like file down towards us, and then more kind of coming in the bottom trying to get up the stairs. And I think Alistair summons more spirit guardians, and once again we see the souls of knights and soldiers who died in the Great War, who Alistair attempted to help, kind of like swarming around through the walls, you know, in the left wall and out the right wall. And as they're passing, each one of them is brandishing their weapons against these undead and just like felling them by the dozens.
If I may, I think we actually see the spirits of some of the men and women whose bodies assail you, seeking to put themselves to rest once and for all, and you manifesting as a conduit to allow Anek to do just that. The shade of a man with a fox beside him can be seen in the distance.
I imagine, you know, as Alistair's sort of manifested spirits, again, like you said, the spirits of these people that have been, at least their physical remains, have been denied the peace of the grave as these spirits are rushing forward. We get to the top of this stone spiral staircase within this, corrupted keep. I think there's a hallway, and Alistair is maybe a bit more focused on moving ahead, which makes sense. But some kind of like large skeletal abomination just comes like lumbering down this hallway. This thing is multiple skeletons that have been sort of cobbled together with gut and sinew and wire, this horrible thing. Um, and it raises this club-like fist to smash down on this venerable cleric of Anek, of the Warden of the Grave. And I think there's just this red streak that kind of rushes across the hallway and collides with this thing as Svedna slams Greshka, this elvish blade of stone and red crystal, into the head of this thing, one of its many skull-like heads. And it lets out this sort of chattering scream as it falls back. But multiple limbs are kind of coming at her, and Svedna is doing her best with her wings, with the red crystal encrusted shield that she took from Knight Omar's body, sort of keep these razor sharp claws away from her, especially the membranes of her wings, completely focused on defeating this golem. And I think at some point, she does lay it low, though she is somewhat scratched up, somewhat bloodied, and she kind of looks over her shoulder at Alistair. This very like stubborn expression on her bright crimson face, as if to say, "You're not going to die today, old man, no matter what you fucking say." And then she will spread her wings and fly in his wake, just trying to keep up with Alistair's forward momentum in this case.
If I can actually expand the scene a little bit, I think before you fly away, like the third incarnation of this multi-headed golem kind of reaches to grab you, and you take it and kind of use the small proximity of this corridor meeting a staircase, and you push, and the kind of fractured structure of this now decrepit castle that has withered under the rule of the Headless One, you push out, and the brick gives way. You slam this thing onto the ground, Greshka in hand, but you're now out onto the ramparts, kind of expanding the scene a little bit. So you are now able to get out a third way and see more of the castle. Philip, if you would like to.
Yeah, I think at one point as we were moving through the castle, Svedna, maybe we're like in a courtyard and Svedna has been able to fly away. Alistair is checking for the next safest route. And as he finds a door and starts to duck in, Guthrum is fending off some of the undead skeletons and zombies, but then more start pouring through other doors and more until at one point Guthrum is there surrounded, his allies pursuing our goal, and he's just begins getting piled upon by these undead. And as you zoom out, you're like, oh shit, this is definitely where Guthrum gets it. But no, of course, you see just an explosion of bones and body parts as lit by shining moonlight, a starry white bear, just the visage of one, though. Guthrum is raging, and his hands are bear claws, and his mouth is a bear mouth, and he explodes these undead out and just starts rending them and clawing his way through, carving a path through to the door where Alistair ducked out.
You pursue your companions, and almost on cue, as they turn to look back, you are with them once more. The three of you work through the maze that is the remains of the Headless One's keep. We can see, as you guys, there are clear signs of like defensive positions. People held out here. against something. Things fought to get in, and it's like you're on the outside of doors. You see they're just long, raking finger marks and continuous scratches that eventually, close to the like either hinge or entry of the door, just worked its way through the wood and pushed through. There are dozens of bodies that did not reanimate simply because they were too ruined to do so. But even to that end, at some points we see the remains, though most of them are so desiccated they are like husks that would fall apart at a touch. But they do what they can to pursue you at the orders of the Headless One. You work your way back to this courtyard. It's devastated. It seems as if there was like magical explosions that attempted to hold back the hordes, leaving huge craters impassable to you guys. So you've had to work your way up the staircase, across ramparts, back down, through the corridor, up the hallway, back across. It's been exhausting, but at some point it has to give. And it is a space beyond the main keep that there is like a it's kind of like a workshop that we see like the head of a dark green crystal kind of vaguely emerge from. And you can see as you enter this space that most of the ground has been pulled out around it, and there seems to be like makeshift scaffolding built from the remnants and destroyed pieces of the building to work down and around this crystal to like excavate it. We see that this crystal is more of a crater than it is like a traditional like diamond, or I don't know the word for it, like the naturally forming crystals that are jagged and misaligned. This seems to like radiate out in like a radiating circle from a central point, with this large crystal that we see being one of these more prominent veins of crystal that goes down. And as you can look down, the vines of trees interweave with these now dull green coloration, and it seems like this has integrated itself somehow with the environment around it. With this, in the center mass of this section that we can see clearly excavated, there is an abomination. The husk of a dead green dragon lays draped across it, and in its desiccated form we see a large fleshy mass that's kind of merged it with this entity. Where you guys stand, you can see like lumbering undead that still have flesh on their body kind of like walk forward and fall into this and kind of just like mash into the soft flesh and kind of be overtaken. And as you look, you can see the different pieces of legs and arms and various bodies that have just mashed themselves onto this creature to make a blanket to merge it with this crystal. Svedna, where you see this thing connect, the green crystal has turned like a putrid purple. In the center of it all, on top of this mass, on top of this dragon body, there is a lone figure that remains undesiccated to the point of becoming unrecognizable. An elvish woman. She has long copper hair. Her eyes are golden. She wears the tattered remains of a druid's garb. She essentially looks like a torso stuck on top of this pile, and she kind of sits there limply. Slowly, more and more zombies approach and just lay on top of this, encasing this dragon against this crystal.
This is unnatural. What the hell are we looking at here?
Is that Aranthea? I think Svedna's eyes, these indigo eyes, are locked on this horrible, like slumped torso. Oh shit.
I've never seen anything like this before.
You said, Baron, to clarify, so there's like a fleshy connection between the dragon and this crystal, correct? You're
You
muted.
Classic. One
God
more
damn
Damn
time.
it, dude.
Drink.
So just to reframe, the crystal that we seen emerging from the house was like the remnant of a larger event, a crater. More or less, this is where the tree was pulled from the ground, and the act of pulling this tree from the ground crystallized the area around it. We're seeing one of the remnants of where maybe the ground was higher, and this was sticking out of the ground, revealing it. And as they excavated away the dirt, it revealed like the greater portion of this thing, this crystallized tree structure. And where it is larger, they have taken a dragon's body, laid it on top, and then to kind of like nastily fuse it, these bodies have kind of amalgamated into a blanket that kind of overtakes the dragon's body and like is basically forcing it onto this crystal, and it seems to be
To look
affecting.
to the other two and say, I wonder if there is a way to try and sever the dragon from the crystal. I don't. Does it seem like the dragon? I know this is a stupid question here. Of all places, does the dragon seem like it's moving, or is it like just a corpse? Can we
The
tell?
dragon's dead. Roll,
Is it
actually,
dead,
everyone
dead?
roll
Or is it?
either
I'm
Arcana
just
or
gonna
Nature.
say, it's like how much gold do we want to bet that it's going to wake up?
Give me an animal handling.
Give me an
Animal handling.
No, Nature or Arcana.
Might be able to do one of those, maybe.
Strong start with a 15.
Yep. +0, baby.
Same.
That would be a 4.
9.
Come on, Druid. What are you doing with that nature
Um,
check?
I'm not that guy.
This is not natural. This is horrifying.
That's true. What did you roll, Svedna? Was it
Arcana.
no, okay? So, from a more magical standpoint, the dragon is 100% dead. But
Yeah.
dragons are very powerful magical creatures, corpses included. So these, I mean, they are between us and like the level of God. They're very much akin to like an elemental or a djinn or a titan. You know, they're the children of the gods. So bad things can be done with their corpses.
Sense.
I mean, the list of what those things could be has never been defined, but corrupting a thing that has divine and natural connection to the realm around you, yeah, probably could do something with that. That's probably something that could do.
And you said, where's the Aranthea torso? As terrible as that sounds,
So if this flesh blanket lays atop the beast's
right?
torso,
Which is on
she
the crystal.
smack dab in the middle of that at the top.
Oh God.
Like a nice little cherry.
Why?
Like a little maraschino cherry.
Why has
Nice.
the disgusting flesh mound not absorbed Aranthea?
Maybe that is the connection. It seems like where the mass is touching the crystal, and she'll kind of point it out. It almost looks like it is rotting. So maybe kind of slowly looks back to Aranthea's body. Maybe we need to destroy what is left of her. As horrible as that sounds.
It seems like her residual druidic powers are keeping some things alive while they are rotting.
Well,
How far away are we from the Aranthea torso, Baron, roughly? Like ballpark?
So if this thing, you guys are kind of at like the top of a conical pit with different platforms built down as they excavated dirt out. So it kind of radiates in tiered levels going down. This
Okay.
being along one of the major sides across from you. You're probably about 120 feet away from it, if maybe closer to 500 feet. 500 feet, 150 feet rather. Sorry.
I think kind of without saying anything, Svedna
Somewhere
will sort
between
of
100 and 500 feet, you know.
But yeah, it's a very small range. I think wordlessly Svedna will raise her left palm where the red crystalline swirl of Vazikil's growths emerge from her palm, and just kind of like quirk an eyebrow. I mean, she'd need to get closer a little bit by like 30 feet, but she could do it if the group is ready for this. If there's any sort of additional things that we need to do to prepare, I think she's willing to give us this moment before she potentially tries to maybe put Aranthea out of her misery if her body is being reanimated, or if she's just like Guthrum said, maybe she is keeping the corruption at bay. I think she just, to Alistair's kind of point, like it's hard to kind of pick out where the important bits are because there's just so much horror in this chamber, in this crater.
Well, if you need to get closer, then perhaps that's the first step. We're going to have to begin doing something about this, and she seems like a likely place to start.
All right,
We should put
don't
her
do
to
anything
rest.
stupid. And she will fly.
Before before Guthrum will cast Goodberry, give each of you 3 good berries.
They're a D4?
I believe they're just
I
one.
think it's just one. Yeah.
Just 1 point? Okay.
Yeah.
Just one, but like if you go down, someone can feed you a good berry that you have on you to bring you back up.
And it's three apiece, Philip?
Yeah, 3 apiece.
Okay.
And then also, Alistair, would you want to become more spry in your legs? Be able to hop like a grasshopper?
Instead of just nods without saying anything. He's like, he definitely needs it. Yeah, yeah.
As long as the impact isn't too extreme. He kind of like looks a little concerned about his knees.
Well, we'll deal with that after this. I'll cast jump on you also.
Excellent. Thank you.
So on each of your turns until the spell ends, which is in a minute, you can jump up to 30 feet by spending 10 feet of movement.
As you
Alright.
finish your spell, Guthrum, there is the sound of mailed feet on stone walking up to this wooden platform. You are all able to hear it with your passive perception. He's not sneaking.
We'll look at the source of the sound.
As you turn around, emerging from the wreckage and shadows, there is a figure. He's probably 6'2". He is adorned in black mail that does not reflect light. In one hand, a standard issue sword, something you'd see given in the Verne War, an heirloom, if anything, probably a father's sword. But there's something wicked about this one, as it's probably drank the blood of many people who did not deserve death. Their helmet is simple. It is only distinguished by a metal, like a knight's visor that sits in front of the eyes. And as this character emerges from the darkness, they raise the visor, and within is nothing but blackness, darker than night, endless like the skies above when there are no stars. Welcome to my keep. You gaze at the project and profit of my last year's work. Svedna, I'm glad you could make it. I have been waiting so long for you to join me. He undoes the clasp and removes the gorget so he can take off his helmet. And as he does, a face, though changed by time, putrid gray in color like that of a corpse, with nicks and scratches that never seem to heal. There is a person that you remember. It has been some time.
Years.
But you cannot mistake the face. Finnabar. Though the look in his eyes is not one that you are familiar with.
I think, Sven was about to kind of launch off to go and deal with this Aranthea totem. And I think when she hears this voice saying her name, when she sees this face, I almost imagine there's like this little series of very like brief, I don't know why, but I see them as like little flashbacks of like charcoal sketchings on vellum. I think we see just like brief flashes of like what Svedna did after the incident in the Rotwood. She immediately flew to tell her mother that something bad was coming, and then she flew to find Finn by going to the Long Patrol outpost that he was stationed at. But she was told that his patrol hadn't come back. And then we see another flash where she's searching the Rotwood to try and find this man that she loves so much, and she never finds any sign of the patrol. And then I think we see another flash of her in this very like simple house where Finn lived, and she's just sitting there trying to come to grips with the fact that after all of this horrible, shit has happened to her, that this man that she thought would one day ask her to be his wife is missing, and she has no idea where he is. And I think the flashes come faster. We see her searching for a year, essentially, to try and find him, and eventually coming to terms with the fact that he's dead. He's gone. She doesn't know where he is. She doesn't have any clues of where he went. She already searched along the patrol route. And then I think we see her again, sort of doing what she did, trying to help people of the Rotwood as the situation got worse, eventually leaving because she couldn't stay due to how dangerous it was, meeting Kate, and then flashes just come faster and faster and faster until it brings us to the present moment. The color snaps back. It's no more charcoal sketchings. It's this scarred tiefling that has lost so much in such a very short period of time. And I think she looks to you, Alistair, and you as well, Guthrum, and very quietly says, "Deal with Aranthea. I will take care of this." And I think she's going to start walking towards this thing that wears her beloved's face.
The figure keeps walking towards you. It seems as if the two of you will meet at like the edge of this platform. As he walks towards you, there's no expression on his face. For better or worse, he looks like a corpse. And though his body has aged, it's not in like a normal progression. It's withered, like something that sat in the sun and just bleached. Now that he's closer, he does look like you remember the last time you seen him. Even, the crow's feet that were beginning to form on his eyes, they're still the same size. But this person, this amalgamation of fuck knows what. There is a moment where the face winces and twinges back on a back foot, and the eyes change, the light returns ever so briefly. It looks you in the face, Svedna, and it says, "For the love of the gods, run." Roll initiative.
In And then yeah, I'll roll initiative. Sure, this is gonna go great.
Go
Ooh,
team.
that's 9.
That's not going great for you guys.
7.
Nope. I'm wondering if I want to burn my last point of luck. I think I'm gonna save it because
Yeah, save that shit. What are you thinking?
a high initiative would be really good.
All right, what'd you get, Alistair?
Got a 7.
Ooh,
Well,
well.
nobody really rolled very high.
What did Philip get?
Thank
What'd you
you.
get?
That was an astute
I also got
observation.
7.
Philip got
Who also
7.
got a 7? Oh my god. We're so fucked.
I thought someone
Ah.
said 13.
I thought Jeremy said 13 too, but then he said 7, so I must have misheard. We must have misheard.
This knight approaches you, Sveta, and it raises its sword. Or actually, no, it's not going to raise its sword. It kind of doubles back over and looks up at you. A voice kind of like ethereal and echoey, and like there's like the demonic undertone of something else there. It says, as it kind of regains control, "Careful, or I'll tear his head off too." He is going to hurl a ball of black fire from his hand at you all. I need everyone to roll dexterity saving throw.
Seems like a fireball. Seen a couple of those. Ooh, that's a really bad roll. That's a 5.
9.
Actually, you know what? I am gonna burn. I have a heroic inspiration. I'm gonna burn it on this. I think.
Dude,
I
I
think
told
that's
you I was
worth
gonna
it.
kill you, but I have to fill game time still. You gotta fight back.
That's an 11.
Kill me
God.
now. Everyone's just like,
Fucking
we're ready to
dead.
meet our fate.
Hate me, daddy.
What did you get, Jeremy?
Dex save of 14.
All right.
All right.
Okay, but I'm
Totally
going
caught us
down
by
the building.
surprise. We were like preparing for the battle, and then he walks up. Like, who's
How
this
dare.
Canuck?
It's not like we had time to buff ourselves or anything.
You are all gonna take 19 points of fire damage.
So that would be halved to, was it
It would
9?
be 9.
Okay,
Nine?
because I have fire resistance. Yeah. Okay.
And then hold on one moment. You will also take 10 points of necrotic damage.
I have resistance to necrotic damage because of the armor that I found innocently.
In a
Sven
ditch
and
on a
Alistair
dead
just
man.
like, you know, defending against this onslaught, and Guthrum's like, I wasn't ready.
I wasn't ready.
You said it was 10
I didn't
necrotic?
murder a knight.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll take 5 more.
You didn't
It's
loot
still
the
a-
night,
ugh.
Guthrum? No.
No.
The agony of countless souls that writhe within this black fireball washes over you as you are crippled with the pain of hundreds of deaths. It is Sven's turn.
Okay. So yeah, as these
Actually, hold on 1 second. As he does
legendary
this,
action, layer
he-
action.
no, we're not doing that. But he is going to use a battlefield action. He raises
Ooh.
his sword in the air, and it looks like he's going to destroy this platform that you guys are standing on. There's stairs that lead further down to the next platform, but if you don't move away from him, you're pretty sure that the next time he moves, this platform will be destroyed. And
Okay,
you will fall.
got it.
Wait, say that again.
He's using a battlefield action. Traditionally, they're supposed to more or less like convey what's going to happen at the top of the scene, and then at the start of my monster's turn, he will do that thing. There are things you can do to stop it or avoid it, and that's why I'm giving you the tell that it looks like he's about to destroy this. But since my guy's going first, I'm going to do it at the end of his turn to telegraph what he's about to do, and you can react accordingly, or you can stay there and take it. That's your choice.
Okay. So I think as these flames are swirling around her, I imagine whatever, tears she might be shedding just get like flash dried essentially by the heat. Though she is resistant to the flames, even as the necrotic energies kind of eat into her. Svedna withstands the pain, drawing upon, 8 years of what she has endured. And she's going to look at this thing, remembering that moment where it seemed like Finn kind of broke free. And I think she'll reach into her bag and she'll pull out that book of Ardish poetry that Finn gave her, that she recited a poem from before the group was forced to leave this temple that we were in and enter the keep proper. And she says, Finn, you have to fight this. I know you can. I can see it. You are so strong. Please push against this. And I think as she does this, um, there is this heat that kind of emanates from her, like a heat distortion. I need a DC 14 wisdom saving throw from the Headless One. Not a high DC, but we'll see.
24.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, so that does not work. Sort of her attempts to keep the creature's focus on her does not work. I imagine she kind of feels the heat being sort of dispersed by the cold of the grave. And she kind of reels a little bit, then puts the book away. That was a bonus action to do that. I think she will fly up to meet this creature, get up into melee with it. And let's see. Yeah, because I imagine it was probably ignited. Teach them when I get until he drops us. Yeah, I think she will swing Greshka, even though she really does not want to. She knows that she has to. She wants to keep this thing's attention on her so the others can do whatever needs to be done elsewhere in the crater. If they want to help, obviously they can, but she is so desperate to try to reach through to Finn if there's any remnant, which there seems to be, of him in this thing. So she will attack once. Definitely not attacking with full strength, but I don't think she can non-lethal fire damage. So that is a 25.
25 will hit.
All right. And that is 8 points of slashing damage, magical slashing damage, if that matters, and then 6 points of fire damage. I think it is a very shallow cut, but it is still a cut. As she kind of tries to lock eyes with this thing and just say, fight, Finn. I know you can. Just
I'm
fight
sorry,
this,
how much-
please.
How
14?
much damage was it? 14.
Yeah, 8 magical slashing, 6 fire. And that will be her turn.
Alistair.
So, how close are we from Meat Mountain?
From here, you were about 150 feet away. But to like go directly there, you would tumble off this platform to the next layer until you
I
got
see.
over there. Or
Okay.
you can follow the stairs around to each level until you get over there, which would take you probably about, I would say it's like a turn to get down a stairwell, a turn to get across the platform, turn to get down, turn to get across. So 4 turns. You can get down there. Or
Okay.
you could jump.
I was gonna say, with the magic of jump, I don't think it lessens fall damage at all, though. So,
You jump and still break your knees.
yeah, right? I can jump magically!
It cannot land magically. It's like
Yeah, exactly.
it's like that dude in Morrowind.
I guess he's gonna, try to jump down to the platform, basically just below. He's just gonna kind of try to use this magic that Guthrum has given to him to
So
the best
I'm
advantage
pretty
he can.
sure jump gives you a jump distance that's like some. I should know
He
this.
said-
I played a character.
Yeah, he said it cost me 10
allows you to
foot.
jump, 10 feet of movement to jump 30 feet.
There you go. Yep.
So realistically, you could move 10 feet. I would say you're probably about 20 feet from the steps. You could move 20 feet, jump down the steps, and still have 10 feet of movement.
Okay, perfect. So that is what I will do. As of right now, he's the only threat that we see.
That you see.
Right. So I don't think that there's going to be any reason for him to cast anything just yet. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to dip into my healing magic just yet either. So I think he is going to take the dash action then. And if he can make a jump as a part of that second action, then he will.
I think jump
Jump
is
is
a bonus
once
action.
per.
Oh, that was
turn.
an action. You're right. Absolutely. Sorry.
No,
Okay.
I think jump is a bonus action.
It's not a bonus action. It's
Oh,
only
not.
movement, but it can only be used once per turn.
Oh, perfect. So then he'll just take 30 more feet, however he can get it, to get closer.
So this would put you at like the top of the steps going down to the third platform.
Perfect.
That would put you like on level with the dragon body.
Okay, that's where he's going. As fast as his creaky knees will take him.
And you do still have a bonus action.
Yeah, I don't
Magic.
think there's anything bonus action that I can do. Spare the dying is not going to work. I can do healing word, maybe.
Well, how far is the range on healing word? Because you just went like
I can do it
90
on
feet
myself.
away. Oh, yeah, you could.
But I think I want to hold on to my spell slots.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay, I'm good.
All right, Guthrum.
I will also use, good luck, Svedna. Love is messy. And I'll dash.
Doesn't even pay attention.
Yeah, of course. Sorry. I'll dash after Alistair as well. I'm not going to be able to make this far. And at the end of my dash, I will. Nah, I don't want to rage right now. Never mind. So yeah, just dash
All
to
right, so
try
I'm
to
gonna
get
say
down to the.
like Jeremy, you're about 20 feet from the steps, 30 feet down the steps, so you'd have had another 10 feet of movement. So you're about 10 feet onto this next second platform with a move and a dash.
Cool.
That brings us back to the Headless One. With his nondescript sword, he slashes this platform, and this, relatively good sized platform that's probably like 60 feet by 40 feet. He smashes it to pieces. It splinters into shards. Svedna, I believe you said you were flying.
Yeah, I mean, I could be. I think that makes sense.
I need you to roll a concentration check, but instead of actually no, it would have to be a concentration check.
So just a con check?
Yep.
Okay. And a check, not saving throw, correct?
Correct. This is to see
Okay.
if you can kind of like a does concentration count with saving throw?
Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
The concentration
Basically,
check
in the
is a
same vein
constitution saving
as
throw.
trying to maintain a spell, you're trying to maintain flight as this platform explodes
Oh,
around
fair,
you.
fair. Okay. Yeah, that's totally fine. Should I argue strength maybe? Like the strength of the wings and the muscles and all that stuff? Or does it have to be con? If you want it to be con, that's totally fine. I'm just throwing that out there.
It's more of a withstanding, like
Okay.
your body's ability to withstand the crash around you.
That's a natural one. So no.
You shouldn't have said anything when you rolled that 15, dude. It's been
I
downhill
know, right?
since.
I'm telling you what. That's
All
Svedna.
right.
Sometimes good
So,
rolls, mostly bad
now
rolls.
make a dexterity save.
Okay, I'm slightly better at those. That's an 11. We're in double digits.
You are going to tumble the 30 feet down
Okay.
to the next layer, but you're not by the platform that goes around. So, like, you're further from your companions, able to walk to you. You are going to take 9 points of bludgeoning damage as you tumble.
Nope.
Then he almost casually like slides down from the top, Svedna, and kind of looms over your body. And as he raises his sword to strike you, this wicked, nondescript sword, how much blood has it drank of those who have cowered in fear on its wrathful smite? Does a 16 hit?
No, it's not.
What does it look like as you defend?
I think it's when she sees sort of the casual sort of nature of how this thing is moving. Like, yes, it is wearing the face of someone she cares about, but I think that's when she realizes not that she can't hold back, but that she should not if she wants to have any chance of stopping this thing and potentially freeing Finn, or at least giving Finn some kind of peace. So I think she kind of swings Knight Omar's now crystal enshrouded shield in front of her, and the sword just kind of bounces off of Vazikil's protection, essentially.
He swings again. You deflect once more. There's almost like a wicked parry as you kind of, you block this first blow. Its thunderous fury kind of shakes through your arm as you take the full force of it, and you kind of reel back, and he's coming to swing again. And with Greshka, you swing across and parry the sword as he swings a second time. He's going to attack you a third time.
Okay.
Does a 29 hit you? It's a silly question.
Yeah, absolutely. My AC's 20, and even with shield, that does not change anything.
He rolled a natural 20.
Oh, there you go. Fuck.
You're going to take 19 points of slashing damage from the father's heirloom. As he is kind of, you parry his sword back, and it takes all the fury within you to swing your sword across to hit his. And with a reflex almost inhuman, he comes back with it. And I would say it's less of a slash, and he's just going to hit you in the face with the pommel and just brutally.
I think as that happens, as the pommel kind of connects with her face, I think she has this brief flash of her training with her father, with Selleck, as she was sort of coming up kind of in his shadow, and him and her sort of training with like wooden sparring swords, and him just kind of definitely not as hard, but sort of like lightly tagging her in the forehead with the wooden pommel, saying, "Come, Svedna, you have to pay attention, keep your guard up." And then she just kind of like snaps back into this moment as this sword kind of crashes into her head, or at least the pommel of it does. Apologies for interrupting, but I think she just kind of has like this moment of kind of surprise and dazed startlement, if nothing else.
A roaring pain where it collided with your cheek and teeth. That's his movement and action.
You know what? Actually, I'm sorry to interrupt again. I'm going to need him to make a dexterity saving throw.
Sure.
DC 14. We'll try this.
He rolled a 15 on the die.
All right. I think, does it do half damage? Yes, it does. Okay. So I think maybe as she's sort of hearing her father's voice saying, Sven, you have to keep up your guard, and feel sort of the burning pain in her cheek, she will call upon Vazikil, and this, I almost imagine it's like this little thread of crystal shoots out, but as it kind of lances towards this creature, it expands with different growths and shards. As she's going to use Crystalline Burst as the crystals explode, also known as Hellish Rebuke. So this is going to be half of whatever I roll here. That's not terrible. That's half of 24, so that's 12. Could have been better, could have been a lot worse.
You cast to antagonize this individual that's slaying you, and from the depths of your mind, Vazikil helps you respond. And where your mind, you have come to, clear the space in your head to be able to focus on fighting in these moments of combat, to not give in to anxiety or the stress. Vazikil is able to retrieve something from the depths of your mind. It is a moment of happiness, a moment of time in your life where it was all worthwhile. You just were thinking about the memory of your father telling you to keep your guard up. You also telling Kate, watch your left, and kind of like the parables taught from your father to you and you to someone else. And we almost see like the residual memories of Selleck's father teaching him and his father teaching him and so on and so forth. And how it is this transmission of information that keeps us alive even after we're gone. And Vazikil is able to kind of cartograph that for you in this moment. He's going to take damage as these crystals enter. Like, I think we see them smash into this armor. It's almost like the armor resists it, and then as you finish the cast, we see like portions of the crystal extend out from behind him as it's gone into the cracks of the armor and extended through his flesh. He's gonna take some damage. It's still his turn, though more narratively than mechanically. He's reaching down to grab you by the gorget of your armor. And he just says to you, I will show you what I've been working on. Brings us, actually, as he does this, there is a pale light that glows in his eyes, and we hear Aranthea writhe in pain and begin to like at the top of this body as the same baleful light seems to be emanating from her entire head. It seems like this, whatever is about to happen, is looking in the direction of Alistair. You're under the impression that if you hit it, you might be able to change where its attention's going. So we'll move to Sved.
Okay, so is she prone right now because she fell from the platform, or was that just like a narrative kind of
I'll
thing?
say to preserve you, he has picked you up to your feet by your gorget,
Okay,
but you're not grappled.
fair. I think as this thing says, I cannot wait to show you my work or what have you. I think she just fucking spits. I think she spits in this thing's face, and then with sort of these echoes that Vazikil has showed her of all of these generations of tieflings that migrated away from these lands where their kind is so feared and despised, sort of rushing through her mind, all these memories, the stories that we tell, so to speak. I think she swings Greshka around and she will attack. You're gonna have to bear with me here because I'm gonna do a bunch of stuff on this and we're gonna see how this goes. Okay, so that's just an action.
Kit.
I am dumping the kit, like for real. Okay, and then this doesn't cost a spell slot. Is that a bonus action? Paladins, man. I think it is a bonus action for 2024 Paladins to use a smite. So let's double check. It is a bonus action. Okay, so she's going to use Pale Smite, which is her smite. She's also going to use Ringing Echoes, which is her booming blade, because that doesn't cost anything. It just has to be part of an attack action. So I think I'm hoping I'm getting this right. So basically, she takes this sword, this elvish blade, and she kind of like swings it around in this cleaving strike. And as it sort of hurtles through the air, again, laced through with Vazkil's sort of reinforcing crystalline growths, I think it ignites with this almost like blinding metallic white light, almost like a forge light, but brighter and paler. So I will roll to attack. Hit. Okay, that's only a 13. I'm going to. Do I want to burn my last point of luck on this? I feel like I shouldn't. Fuck it. You know what? I'll do it. Why not? Why not? There we go. That's much better. How about a 22?
22 will hit.
Okay. So I will roll just regular flame tongue damage first, and then we'll go into all the other nonsense. All right. Wow, that is horrific damage. Okay, so that is 4 points. In fact, I'm gonna write this down. 4 points magical slashing, then 2 points of fire. I literally rolled all ones on all of that damage. So luck well spent. And then the booming or the ringing echoes, I imagine like the strike almost seems to like vibrate the air as it passes through. I believe that is a 1d8 at her level, so I'll roll that. I don't know why it rolled a billion fucking times, but anyway. Oh, it's 2d8. Okay, so is it 2d8? Weird. Why did it do that? Okay, we'll just say it's the 1d8 because I'm pretty sure it's only 1d8 at her level. So that's 5 points of thunder damage. All right, and then I will go ahead and do. I think we'll do a second. We'll do the smite at the second level. So let's see if I can roll something decent. Okay, so then that's 8 points of radiant damage from the 3d8, 8 points of radiant damage on the smite. I don't know if that is doubled because of, or it increases by d8 if the target is a fiend or undead. So I don't know if that would apply here.
He is an undead, so he would take extra damage.
I will go ahead and roll that then. Wow, there you go. That's oh no, it's 5. I thought it was an 8. All right, so that is another 5 points of radiant damage. So to recap for the folks at home, 4 points of magical slashing, 2 fire, 5 thunder, and a total of 13 radiant. So that is 6, 11, 13. It's only 24 damage for all of that nonsense.
Good job.
Her head is just not, I think it's just not in it. Like she's trying to really focus, but I think every time she looks at this thing, she just keeps seeing Finnebar's face, and it's rattling her a little bit.
So you were picked up by your Gorget, and while he's doing that, he's got you to your feet. I imagine you just swing, and like your sword cleaves into the side of his neck, and like it feels good. It feels vindicating. And he just kind of goes from like the dead face of someone who just got cleaved halfway through their head and kind of, oh, Svedna, haven't you learned any better than that? He'll take the damage.
And he's definitely bloodied, right? Just kidding.
No.
I doubt it. All right.
You've done quite a bit of damage to him. I think you're the only one that's hit him, and you've done quite a bit.
He's trying. She's
You've done
trying.
62 points of damage so far.
Great. I feel vindicated. All right. I think, yeah, because that's bonus action and action. Yeah, and I think she doesn't want to move away. I think maybe she will kind of like shove herself off of this thing. So they're still within 5 feet of each other, but the wings will flare to try to kind of like hem the Headless One in, keep him away from Alistair and Guthrum. And that's going to be the end of her turn.
All right, Alistair. You are about, I would say, 60 feet from Aranthea Fleshmast.
All right. I am going to move that direction, and as I am kind of closing the distance, I'm going to go ahead and utilize that jump that I got from Guthrum again. So I don't know where the best place and what I have to traverse
where are you trying to land? Because you could run the full 30 feet and then jump 30 feet, and you would be, you could run 30 feet, dash another 10 feet, and then jump, and you'd be on top of the pile.
Yeah, but then I couldn't do anything. So I think what I'm going to do is, I think I can run 20 and then use the last 10 to jump another 30, so that should put me 50.
Yes. So you'd be about 10 feet from the base of the pile.
Okay. But jumping takes my action?
No. Jumping is just a movement.
It is not. It's just a part of movement. Okay, sweet. Good. In that case, he's going to run and jump. And as he lands, he's going to stand up and look at this disgusting abomination, this assault to everything that Annex stands for. And he is going to look kind of upwards where he can see still a steeple of one of the nearby buildings kind of like sticking up beyond the rim of this crater that he's in. And there's a part in the
chapel of the keep.
clouds. Yeah, the chapel of the keep. And as the clouds part for just a moment, there's like a ray of like moon beam that like shines from behind the tower, whatever holy symbol it is that tops it. And I imagine that it's to one of the older gods. It may not be to Anek, but it's to one of the older gods, and that's close enough for him. And he looks up at this radiated holy symbol, and we hear the bell of the cathedral ring as he's going to cast Toll of Dead onto Meat Mountain.
All right. Is that an attack roll or a saving throw?
It is a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. What's the DC?
I'm sorry. DC 15.
Is there any effect for the creature being undead?
No, it is necrotic damage though.
If it does not take any damage.
Okay. That's what I wanted to see before I wasted one of my bigger spells on it. Okay, so yeah, this bell rings out, and Alistair kind of extends his free hand kind of in this thing's direction, and seeing that it has no effect, he kind of curses to himself, "God damn it!" And then he's just going to kind of return his attention to making his way to Aranthea as best he can.
Just because I don't want to forget, there are like the shambling corpses that are like going and piling themselves onto this like corpse, and you like from where you can see now, it's just like corpses like walking to the edge of this crater and like falling in, tumbling to the ground, and like getting up and like keep walking, or walking out of the various tunnels that emerge from the sides of these platforms. And those are kind of like beginning to shuffle around you now, Alistair. They don't seem to have any attention on you, but something you should be aware of. Also, the face of Aranthea glows with this light, and it's like this kind of pale light that's glowing in the center of her face, and she's looking at you still. So, just so you're aware. Guthrum.
Guthrum is approximately halfway between Flesh Pile and Dark Night. So he's looking back and forth, seeing Svedna's getting beat up and seeing that this Aranthea creature is going to probably decimate Alistair. So I'm how far away from Meat Mountain?
So you were, if I recall correctly, 10 feet on the second platform. So it'd be 20 feet to cross it, 30 feet down, 30 feet across the platform, and then another 30 feet to the pile. So you're like 120 feet away of consistent movement.
Yeah,
Unless you can use something with magic to get closer faster.
straight up. And then distance from Dark Knight.
I would say you are about 45 feet from Dark Knight, as you are on the second platform, which is the level that Svedna's on, but they tumbled down. That's probably inaccurate now that I'm thinking about the math of it, but fuck it.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Okay, so what I would like to do is move 20 feet along the second platform. I'm going to cast Moonbeam on Meat Mountain. I want to try to position it if I can so that I get some of these shambling zombies that are moving towards Alistair as well as Aranthea, if I can do that in a 10-foot circle.
I I would say you're able to get the ones that like are immediately laying themselves on the pile, but outside of that, that's it. To concentrate. If Aranthe is the center point, it's a dragon. So
She's
got a
not the
large
center
body.
point. She's at the edge of my 10-foot circle.
Ah, okay.
10-foot diameter, 5-foot
So
radius.
I would say, you'd be able to affect one side of the pile. For
Yeah,
sure.
cool. Nice.
What kind of save is it?
It is a Constitution saving throw, 14 DC.
Dude, I rolled a 19 on the die.
Okay, so you're only going to take half of this damage, but every creature needs to roll that saving throw. So hopefully some of those creatures.
Well, I'm gonna say that like the current state of these zombies, like you're just effectively burning them away.
Yeah.
On that side.
Yeah, trying to prevent whatever it is that they do.
In all transparency, there is a battlefield action where I can like instigate some of these guys to do something.
Yeah.
And that might change, and then we'll have to roll then. But currently they are less than minion level, and you are just burning them away, preventing one side from getting any bodies on it.
Pretty underwhelming. 6 damage on my 2d10 total, which you take half of, but it is radiant damage.
Okay.
Fucking pathetic.
It happens. That brings us to the top of the round with the Death Knight. This beam comes forth from Aranthea's face. She writhes and screams in pain as like the entire front of her skull explodes.
Was there something like if we hit her, it was going to prevent that or something?
Oh yeah, you hit her. Obviously, duh. It turns to you, Guthrum.
Oh no!
Great.
It was a matter of whose attention it was on.
Yeah. I figured. No, see, I can't do bonus action rage because then Moonbeam ends. Okay, yeah.
So it turns to face you, and the front cavity of Aranthea's skull explodes out with this light, and it's kind of like this spray of red gore and then this pale white light. You need to make a dexterity saving throw.
It's okay. I'm super spry.
And as you're making this
12.
Oh god. Dude. I know I said I was gonna kill you guys, but like make it longer.
We're trying. The dice are just like, nah, fuck you guys.
Yeah,
you want to die? This is how you're gonna die.
No, that's not so bad. You're only gonna take 6 points of necrotic damage.
That's really not so bad.
But as we that'll be that.
That's about how much I rolled on my 2d10 for Moonbeam, so
that's fair.
Great.
And then after this beam, like any of those who are still looking, like the body of Aranthe kind of like limps forward, blood, and it's like congealed black. It's old. This is leaking out of where her face would have been. Finn, you attempted to shove him away, but you're still within 5 feet of him, Svedna. He is going to roll to see if he gets his Hellfire attack back. He does not. He kind of like spreads his arms wide. What do you think is going to happen? I give you a chance. I'll give you one chance. You can join me and be reborn. We can rule together.
You're not him. I know you're not him. Maybe he's in there, but I
He's
know
with
you
me.
are not him.
We
He's
are
not.
all him.
You
and
took
he
him
is
from
all of
me.
us.
Yeah, and I think she just narrows her eyes. She's not willing to negotiate with this thing.
He kind of like turns, frowns. So be it. It will be by my decision then. He is going to attack you with his heirloom sword.
Stop calling it that. It sounds so cool.
Well, first attack is a 14. What does it look like as you parry the first one?
I think it is just this very like simple, almost like insultingly basic parry. Like I think she's trying to kind of rub this entity's face in it. And I think she did. I mean, obviously she's using Greshka, this blade that was also impaled through, its chest at one point, to do so. Just trying to be as insulting as possible.
You parry the second, and he smirks, and he is able to bring it around and slash again. The second one was a 28, so I'm sure that hits.
Yep.
Which will do. You take 12 points of slashing
8.
and 8 points of necrotic.
Okay.
And as this blade it cuts you, you feel it sucking the soul right out of you. The essence of your being fades. You grow tired. Your eyes shake. The sword in your hand is heavy. He looks at you. You'd try to kill me again with this sword. I see that I am not alone when it comes to the tales of reincarnated time. You just don't see the strings like I do. He swings again, but as he's talking, you kind of focus yourself and you're able to parry this last one. What does that look like?
Yeah, I think after that last strike, she looks horrible. I think she is starting to bleed a little from various wounds. I think the parry is more of just like get the shield in front of the sword before the metal touches you, and I think that's literally all it is. It just kind of like scrapes off of the crystal. It's not elegant. It is pure survival at this point. She feels like she's flailing a little bit, but she's still up.
As he assails you, there's still like this like pillar of crystal that you have embedded in his chest, and he kind of like looks down, and with his other arm, he just smashes through it. That was in my way. And now he continues to pursue after you. Before we move, it is your turn. He says to you, well, perhaps I do need someone to entertain my guests. And there are 2 glowing circles that appear. One by you, Guthrum. It seems to be around one of the shambling dead that is working its way towards the middle. And there's one by you, Alistair, that also encircles this undead. Svetna, your turn.
Cool. My plans have radically changed at this point. I think as she kind of sees out of the corner of her eyes these magical circles appear by these 2 other individuals that she does care about. It's just I think she feels she feels so helpless in this moment, but immediately that survival instinct combined with in a horrible way, sort of the guilt of everything that she was at least partially somewhat responsible for. It's like, no, you don't get to relax, you don't get to rest, you don't get to yield, you have to keep going. And I also think maybe as she's sort of looking bleary-eyed at this undead horror, I think that little strand of braided hair that has the stone fox charm that she had sort of hand carved while learning about the mysteries of Anek from Alistair over this last year kind of swings in front of her face. And maybe it's just her shitty stoneworking, but I think it almost looks like the fox is smiling at her and she kind of grits her teeth. As an action, she's going to cast a 2nd level healing, not healing word, mending touch, cure wounds, because I am very low in terms of health. Okay, that's not terrible. It's also not great. So she will kind of press the hand that's clutching the shield up against her chest. Some of her wounds will quite literally cauterize closed. And then that is an action. I think as a bonus action, she will probably, yeah, she'll do this. She will kind of point her sword at this thing, and some of the little crystalline shards will detach and hurtle towards this creature, embedding themselves in its flesh. She will use her Hexblade's Curse or Vazikil's Rebuke as a bonus action. So I will keep that in mind. I think she will, because she can't take another round of attacks, I don't think. I think she will try to get some distance. I think she's going to. I think she'll actually fly off the side of the platform, so she'll get like 30 feet away. I know it's going to provoke an opportunity attack. That's fine. But I think she's just going to be like flying in midair. So that at least, at the very least, he can't use the damn sword against her. But he can go ahead and swing as she moves, of course.
He rolled a 25 on his opportunity attack.
Neato.
I haven't rolled like lower than a 15 to
I'm
attack.
telling you.
Actually, that's not true. That's horribly not true because I've missed
Yeah.
at least 2 attacks each time. So
Yeah, I wonder if no. So yeah, even with shield, if it meets, it beats. Yep. Okay. Yep. She will take the attack.
all right, you're gonna take 13 points of slashing and 9 points of necrotic from the heirloom sword.
I am at lower health than I was before.
But you're away from him now.
There you go. There you go.
He's not
Tactics.
by you
And if-
now.
Tactics.
If you didn't do that heal,
Oh yeah, he would have gotten me in the next round for sure. For sure.
How close does that put Svedna to Alistair?
That's a good
If she's
question.
flying.
She's
I
30
would say
feet like off the platform and above
if you would
him,
have
I
flown
guess.
towards Alistair, which let's say
Sure.
for the sake of this,
Yeah,
you're probably
yeah.
about 60 feet, so I would say it would work.
60
Okay.
foot. Okay.
And I feel like this is just like the most like jettisoned into the air, like get the fuck away from what's going on over
Yep.
here.
Yep, absolutely. All of her wounds have
Launches
reopened.
yourself.
Yep, she's breathing hard, probably barely able to stay aloft. She's well below bloodied at this point.
All right. Alistair.
Okay. So we're all kind of hurting pretty bad. That still doesn't seem like a lot. Okay. Now that he can tell that Svenna seems to be close enough, he's going to raise his holy symbol of Anak until it's kind of in this moonbeam that's kind of shining down from behind this this steeple's top. And as he does so, he's going to mutter out a prayer to the fox god and cast mass healing word. So, as long as Guthrum is also within 60 feet, then he will also receive this.
little foxes dance around us.
Oh, come on. You gotta be kidding me.
Oh dear.
A 1, a 2, and a 2.
Her
That
rolls have been
means-
so bad.
Yeah,
it's
this is
fine.
garbage. So that's 9.
Let's start completely over.
9 health.
9 health
Better
From
than
a-
nothing.
from a 4th level spell.
God, brutal. The dice tell a story, and that story is death.
But
Apparently.
we all kind of knew it was going to be a sad story, right? We
Yeah,
all kind of knew that, right?
but like,
But
you know,
not
tragic
that kinda
sad,
sad.
not depressing
Yeah,
sad.
exactly.
Disappointing sad.
Like a bunch of
Yeah.
old folks just flailing at this thing with their canes. Go on, get you.
I mean, you're not like completely incompetent. You did 62 points of damage. in
Hey,
2
I'll
turns.
take it. I'll take it.
In 2 turns. He's not bloodied, but I mean, you did fuck him up pretty good.
Okay, so that was my bonus action. I am then going to move 30 feet to close the distance to meet Mountain. And then how close does that put me to Aranthea? Or do we feel like is this
I would say you're-
blanket and the dragon and Aranthea kind of all one
Yep,
thing? Okay, cool.
it definitely
I'm-
seems that way.
Then I'm close enough, and I'm gonna swing Hugh down onto Meat Mountain. All right, cleric, so I only get 1 attack. Oh,
I
go
mean,
ahead.
you just do damage. It's an immobile object.
Oh, fair enough. Okay. Um, D8. D8 plus 2. Let's go. 8 points of damage. Slashing, if it matters.
Your weapon cleaves into. Now that you're closer, you see that it's like the decomposition and weight of all these bodies. It's kind of like the ramp scene in World War Z, where like they're just like piling and piling and piling, and like some of them are crawling up if they can, but like some of them are just like mashing into the legs of the ones underneath them, and it's just this. It smells horrible. And you cleave into it, and like the worst possible thing happens, and liquid comes out, and it is on you. It doesn't do anything, but it is disgusting.
As disgusting as it is, I
Like
imagine that
trash
it's
can water, but
yeah,
worse.
it's probably not the first time that Alistair has encountered something similar. So I think he has just compartmentalized as much as possible, and if he's gotta puke, then he's gonna puke, and he's just gonna keep going.
Sorry, guys, that was gross to me too.
Delicious gravy.
At least they didn't bring any milk with them.
All right, good throw.
So question, this platform that the Dark Knight is standing on, any chance it seems unstable?
Could be. I mean, it's a wooden platform, kind of anchored into dirt that was underneath the castle. So, depending on what you do, yeah, it could be.
This is not one of the platforms that he could easily like shatter or something.
It is.
I am trying to decide between a couple things. I do have my Ring of the Ram, which I can use to make a ranged spell attack. Do you do I get the sense if I used this on the platform, it would shatter it and he would fall and take fall damage? Or
I'm gonna say roll an Arcana check.
$22.
What does the Ring of the Ram do exactly?
Ring of the Ram, 3 charges. I can take a magic action to make a ranged spell attack against a creature I can see within 60 feet. The ring produces ram's head and either 2d10 force damage, or I can use it to break a non-magical object I can see within 60 feet.
Then yes, you absolutely can break this platform.
Great. And that would make him fall.
Maybe.
Okay. Well, I guess. It's either that.
Knew it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I got this ram ring. That's fucking cool.
All right, in a very similar like burst of energy, we see this ram's. Well, isn't it the Ring of the Bear? Didn't you change it to the Ring of the Bear?
That's right. It's the fucking ring of the bear.
So we see like this ethereal bear claw. It's almost like the constellation of the mother bear is in front of us, and this massive paw smashes through the platform that he was standing on, and unceremoniously, he rolled a 5, so he's going to tumble the 30 feet down to the next platform, which puts him on the same platform as Flesh Mountain.
Yes.
And he is going to take 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
I
And
want to
now
use.
he is
Okay.
about 50 feet away from you, Svedna. So that's good for you.
Yes.
I want to use the rest of my movement to get onto. I think I'm a platform above, right, of Meat
Yep.
Mountain. So I want to get down to the Meat Mountain, and can I do that in 30 feet?
You wouldn't be able to get down the steps completely because you're like halfway through the platform of the second platform, if I'm not mistaken.
I also can use a. Okay, yeah, I'm
You could just jump off the platform.
Okay, I'm just going to run down. Just run down. Ah! Not raging, but angry.
But I'm mad. All right. At the top of the round, the circles around the undead, they kind of like bathe these creatures in a violet light, and they turn away from their shambling mission, and one will begin to move towards you, Alistair, and then Guthrum, you just jumped away or ran away from yours, but it's going to shamble after you. And as the Death Knight fell, we see like some dirt and dust kind of kicked up into the air from the platform falling, and you don't see him get up. He's already standing and kind of like walking out of the dust, sword in hand. And we are going to take a break because I need to use the restroom. So we'll be back in 10 minutes. Go from there. Survive.
Hell yeah.
5.
All right, hang tight. We'll be right back. All
me,
right.
Daddy.
Welcome back from the break. This is where things go horribly right for our characters because we all wanted to die anyways.
I am not going to
not
die.
all of us. Sorry, you're right.
I'm still pretty healthy. I got a lot of hit points.
Well, la-di-da. Yeah, Baron, hurt us.
Can do. All right, top of the round. The individual known as Finn emerges from the dust, and he is going to walk towards you, Alistair, as you are the closest. He cannot get all the way to you, but I do get to roll to see if I get my Hellfire attack back. Gods be praised, I do not. He is going to then he's going to use his movement. He's probably about 20 feet away from you. He's going to cast. I don't want to push that button. I need Alistair, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. Svedna, you also need to, because it is a sphere based on him, and you are within the range.
Constitution, you say?
Correct.
That's a 5.
I got a 16.
Alistair, you are going to save. Svedna, you are not.
What a surprise.
What a surprise. He is casting Destructive Wave.
Oh, shit.
Is that necrotic by chance?
Part of it is.
Okay, fair.
So you're going to take 18 points of necrotic damage. Reduced by half for you, Alistair.
Oh, wait. Do I have it and then
I would
apply
say
my
you
resistance?
have it twice. Yes.
Okay. So then round up, so it would be 5 points total.
We'll do 4. We'll round down. We round
Okay.
down to 4. And... not nearly as bad. 11 points of thunder damage.
Svedna falls out of the sky and crashes to the ground.
The Death Knight, yeah, for the sake of his telegraphed ability, he is going to go to your body, and he is going to once again grab you by your armor. And he is going to... This isn't going to be one that... He heals you. He is going to cast Cure Wounds on you. You're going to heal...
fucking bullshit is this?
You're going to heal 15 points of damage. I'm rolling really good.
You say 50 or 15?
15.
Okay.
As he picks you up and heals you, he says, I haven't got to show you what I'm working on yet.
I think as she sort of awakens from unconsciousness and feels sort of this, I guess actually I'll let you describe, Baron, like what does this healing feel like?
So, as you drop out of the sky, you hit the ground. You are bathed in eternal blackness of the abyss, just this field of nothingness where you stand. There is something calling to you, like you hear something, and it doesn't speak in words, it speaks in pictures and feelings. This sensation that exists within your own form, parallel to you this entire time. It tells you that it is not time. We have much left to do. And the soothing words come to you. You are electrified in a shock of pain unheard of in the realms of death, as he basically like defibs you and says he's not finished yet.
Yeah, I think that experience combined with the fact that this thing wearing her lover's face just healed her. I think not for the first time in this fight. She's felt the fear before. She feels this like deep dread about what is this work? What is this thing talking about? And I do think she like vomits blood on the front of this creature's armor since she's literally being, ripped back into consciousness so violently. She is deeply, deeply concerned and still very badly hurt, but she is alive.
So that will be his telegraphed action that would have taken place at the start of his next turn. But there are 2 undead that now exist that go at the end of his turn. One will attack you, Alistair. I said I was rolling good. 12.
16's magic number.
It more or less just lumbers after you and attempts to like push you into the mass as well and hold you there. But you're able to step out of the way and it kind of stumbles and smashes itself. And more of this like ichor pumps out of the open wound where you're attacking it and it kind of like coats this creature. The other one is still walking down the stairs. Actually, this thing ain't so smart. It's going to make a beeline directly for Guthrum, which would take it off the edge of this platform. Natural one.
Saga.
That makes sense. That makes sense. This thing is going to plummet and fall, and you just hear like as its mass kind of crumples underneath the weight as it tumbles down this hill. That'll bring us to Svedna. You are face to face with this individual again.
Yeah, I think all she can think to do is just say, what the fuck? What work are you fucking talking about? But then she kind of snaps back into this moment. Especially I think seeing again kind of out of the corner of her eye that Alistair is being harassed by one of these undead. She will try to keep this thing's attention on her, even though she's deeply, deeply afraid. So bonus action, she's going to dump all 10 of her remaining lay on hands onto herself. She will press a hand to one of her injuries, one of her myriad injuries. And again, that like kind of white forge light will come out of it as the wounds are literally like seared closed. And then she is going to swing Greshka. I think she'll actually more like spirit into this thing's torso or try to. As she does, she's going to use one of her channel divinities to do Sacred Weapon. So let's see if this works. So first I got to roll the hits. Come on, motherfucker. That is a natural 20.
That's
So-
that little bit, yeah.
Let's go through some stuff here. So remind me, Baron, what is the rule of crits in your game? It's on the Google Doc. I
It's
don't.
handled traditionally. You roll the dice twice, add modifiers.
And then add bonuses. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So this is gonna be an ordeal. So let's go through this. Dice twice, then odds. Okay. So this is all going to be radiant damage because of Sacred Weapon. I imagine like maybe kind of the crimson flames and cinders that normally drift off of Greshka, off of this weapon called Mistake. The flames turn white, and there's almost like this smell of like almost like heated metal in the air as it kind of spears into this thing's breastplate. So let's start with let's just do the scimitar first. So dice twice, and then mods. Okay. Okay. So that was, I think it was 12 and then 19. 12, 19, but it's -3 because the mods are only applied once. So that is
28.
16. It's 9 and 16 plus 3, which is 28, correct. Okay. Do you need me to parcel out the fire damage and magical slashing damage or no?
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Okay. All right. Then
he's bloody.
I'm going to dump a first level Pale Smite into. Actually, can I?
I don't think you
Yes.
can if you use your bonus action for.
You're right. I did. Good catch. Okay. And then was there anything else that Sacred Weapon does? Let's see. No, and then let me check one other thing. Yeah, it's just part of the action. She will, well, no, yeah, because it's a cantrip, so she can do it. She will also, as sort of this, again, this kind of white light wreathed elvish blade stabs into this creature. She will also do ringing echoes again as these sort of waves of force emanate off of this thing. Um, so I'll just roll that damage real quick. It's gonna be thunder damage, I think. So that is 3 points of thunder damage in addition. So total of 31 points of damage, Baron.
Got it. Your blade, I feel like thematically, he's kind of picked you up somewhat as he's healed you. You don't hang lifeless, but there is a lack of energy that you had mentioned. And with this fury, you raise Greshka and it pierces into the plate. And this, plate is supposed to resist this, but the white hot searing flame cuts through it like a soft copper. And you puncture in his chest. The scene changes. We find ourselves in a place we've seen many years ago. It is a room, a circular room with a pool in the middle where vines had crept down from the ceiling and reached into this pool. Those trees, in our time, had veins of green crystal in them. We see that same room. The trees do not have green crystal. We see the three individuals from before, where they had been running through hallways. It seems like the castle was here at one point, long ago. And they're fighting an individual. He has elven golden eyes, copper hair, but it is ragged and falling out. His flesh is pallid. He is being assailed. He casts this hellfire orb that we've seen already, and it collides with the robed figure with shorn hair, and he is incinerated. His soul never getting a chance to leave its body. We see in a flash of rage, this ranger figure lunges and jumps at this almost undead-looking elf, and he smacks him away with a force of magic. And it is with this distraction we see the elvish figure with a sword had closed the distance, and in that same spot in the chest, stabs with this flaming sword and pierces this figure to the ground. There's a brief moment of tension between these two figures. We've seen this very space where the sword had been buried in a plinth, wrapped in talismans that hung from strings. There are none of those now. But we hear a great rumbling, and this figure with the sword in his chest. Don't worry. The things I've put in motion cannot be undone. And there is a great sundering that ripples through this entire area, a great cacophonous noise. The earth shakes. And there is a look of dread as the elvish figure with the sword embedded in the wizard's chest says, "They've ripped out the tree." And these gray-green crystals are like shockwaves through these roots and like a sign of trauma to the area. And we are back. Alistair.
Having just kind of deflected this one that had kind of charged him and tried to like tackle him into this like fleshy slope behind them, as he kind of like deflects this thing off of his shield, he sees Svedna is in a really bad situation, and is going to move as close as he can towards her. And if he's able to get within 30 feet of her, he is going to actually just like fall down to his knees into the muck and the viscera that's kind of in the bottom of this crater, and grasp a hold of his holy symbol and bow his head and pray to Anak for the strength to push through one last time, to just be able to accomplish one last mission before he finally comes home. And to help those who are with him in this end. And he's going to do Prayer of Healing. So up to 5 creatures of my choice within range, which is 30 foot, will gain the benefits of a short rest and also get 3d8 because I'm casting it at 3rd level. Okay, that's better. 15 points of healing.
15 points of healing, and then we just take the benefits of a short rest. Is that correct, Jeremy?
Yep.
Can we roll hit dice? Is that a thing?
That I don't know.
Gain benefits and also regain 2d8. I mean, yeah, it doesn't really say it. I mean, because that is something you can do on a short rest. I guess
it would be a call for Baron.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say yes.
Or not.
I'd say that's fine. I would say keep in mind that you've had 2 short rests, so you shouldn't be able to use all your hit dice.
Okay, fair. Yeah, I only have my warlock hit dice left, so I am going to use all of my warlock hit dice. That's just 48 plus 4. Oh, okay. There we go. All right. Tide's turning a little bit, maybe. Oh. Nicely done, Jeremy. Holy shit.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, wait. Okay, I mean, smoke them if you got them. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
This is the end as we know it. And I feel fine.
All right,
so yeah, as he finishes this prayer, he kind of opens his eyes and feels almost entirely rejuvenated. He feels like his magic is pretty much gone, but he knows that he now has the strength to make one last push. And so he's already moved probably about as close as he can to Svedna to cast that spell to make sure that she was within range. But I think he's going to turn his attention back on the task
Still
that
have
he was
jump
given.
too, don't forget.
Oh, that's true. Do I have any movement left? Do I have 10 feet at least?
I mean, I think you would have been able to, yeah.
Okay, then he's going to basically just like spin on his heels in the mud and jump back towards Meat Mountain, and try to go back to task.
As you jump, roll a perception check.
Oh, okay. Perception. Okay, he's decent enough. Yeah, how's a 23?
As you leap, there is a bit of movement you see, like as you crest one of these ledges to land on the hill, and there is a small orange and white creature that kind of like walks and teeters and like collapses to one side as the messenger of Anak seems to have answered your call.
All right, he smiles to himself, and then lands almost like right beside where he was just before, and then pulls Hugh back out and is going to start swinging away.
All right, go through him.
How far away from Meat Mountain is Death Knight?
He's about 20 feet from the far
20?
side. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to take a magic action to command Moonbeam to go and with 60 feet of movement get as many of the fucking undead, Death Knight, and back on Aranthea.
I would say you're able to clear away what was left on this side, especially the 2 that were attracted. I mean, the one fell to his death, but the one that was kind of moving towards Alistair, you're able to fry, and then move the Moonbeam to the Death Knight.
So they need to roll Constitution saving throw, DC 14. And it goes, yeah, Death Knight and back to Aranthea, I'm hoping, because I have 60 feet of movement.
Okay. Death Knight fails. Aranthea fails.
Okay, so that is 11 radiant damage.
55 damage.
Hopefully they are weak to radiant.
Zombies, yes. Death Knight, no. Aranthea, no.
Okay, good to know. Thanks for.
Is there anything else you'd like to do? That should only be. Is that your action to move that?
That's a magic action. Yeah, that's let's see. Then I'll also move towards Meat Mountain.
Okay. Brings us
That's it for
to
me.
top with the Headless One. He's going to see it. He gets his Hellfire move back. And you guys are all really close to each other. Svedna, you were healed, but I don't think you moved away. Because you
Correct.
stabbed me in the chest. All right. So he
Yep,
is actually going to kind of like, he doesn't have you grappled. He's going to have narrative a hand on you. But he stands with you and Guthrum in a line. And he's going to use his, oh, it's a sphere actually. Well, he's 20, I said he's 20 feet from you.
I think so. From
That's a
Guthrum.
20-foot radius, so that works. I need you both to roll dexterity saving throws. You're not in any kind of hindrance, Svedna.
It was almost a natural 20, but a 16 will do, I think.
You both
17
pass.
for Guthrum.
Nice.
You're gonna take 16 fire damage halved, so 8, and then Svedna, you're gonna have it again.
That's right.
And then 21 necrotic damage halved to 10.
My God. Okay, yeah, that 21 necrotic damage would have been nasty.
Yeah, holy shit.
Yeah. Would have been bad.
Once again, you see this pale light glow in his eyes. He takes his hand to the top of Finnebar's head. You see that there's already it's already beginning to give as this weak flesh that has done nothing but atrophy has grown weaker as he moves, and his head has already been hacked in half by Svedna's sword. He grabs his hair. Let me show you the work. And he's going to rip his head off.
Yeah, I think she starts to reach out and then just seeing this horrible sight, I think she just screams just at the defiling of this body, further defiling of the body.
The pale glowing light now hovers in the space of the stump where his head once was. This is giving you the same vibes as the Aranthea beam. But he tosses the head in front of you, Svedna, and it is weeping blood. It makes no noise, but it is physically weeping. That brings us to you, Svedna.
Cool. She flings herself at this thing, like no regard for anything else or anyone else at this point. Okay. So there's a whole bunch of shit going on. So let me roll this here. She will re-up the Hexblade's curse. Yep.
Okay.
So again, more of those crystalline shards as she's like lunging forward will fly. Her blade is still glowing with this white light from the sacred weapon. So some of these crimson crystals will sort of fly through the light and embed themselves in this thing. So she gets a +3 to attack. So let me roll this. Okay, so that's a 23 + 3, so that's 26 to hit. This will be radiant damage, though I understand that doesn't matter. Actually, what was that roll? Was that a dirty anything? Dirty 19, maybe? Check, hang on. Gosh, so many rolls. Oh no, it was 17. Okay, we're good. All right. Then she's going to do an additional 3 damage with this as
No,
well.
actually, he's going to use his reaction to parry and increase his AC by 4, which would make it 24.
It was the 26 with the +3 from.
Oh, okay, then I won't
Yeah,
do that.
yeah.
I thought it was the 23 with the +3. I apologize. So
No,
he's
you're
not
good.
gonna do that.
Okay. All right. So then there's that. Okay, so again, not great damage. 5 magical slashing damage, 6 fire damage, plus an additional 3 fire damage, but we'll just all call it radiant, so a total of 14 radiant damage, Baron.
Okay.
And that is action and bonus action. And yeah, I think she will. So like, is she? I kind of picture like she's off to the side with him, and then like Alistair, like Guthrum, and then Alistair. Is that kind of the deal?
So I think Guthrum is more like behind you at
Hmm.
this point because he kind of lined you guys up to use his Hellfire attack, and then
Got
Alistair
it.
is up on the mound of flesh. So he's
Okay,
about like
that's
15
right.
feet up in behind you.
Jackrabbit Grandpa. Got it. All right. So Svedna will, I think, as she's sort of slashing across the Dead Knight's front, I think she'll almost like again insultingly, even though this, that didn't go super well for her last time, she'll just kind of like slap him with one of her wings to try to get him to focus again on her, and she's going to shift in such a way that she's not in a line with Guthrum anymore, but she's going to try to use her wings to hem this individual in so he does not go after the dwarf. That will be it.
All right, Alistair.
Okay, so from where Alistair is, would you say the Death Knight is within 60 of him?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay. So on the mound, he turns and sees this unfolding, and he reaches back again into these visceral memories that he has from this war, where there was one young soldier who had her abdomen badly damaged, lost some of her organs, and she was repaired and healed with magic as best that they could, but it caused her to not be able to eat for a long period of time, and she slowly started to waste away, like visibly, like lose weight, and her cheeks would sink and her eyes would sink, and he recalls that memory that kind of haunts him, and he projects the memory of that in the direction of the Headless One, and he's going to cast Ray of Enfeeblement upon him. So I need him to make a Constitution saving throw at DC 15.
14 on the die for a total of 18.
Okay. All right. Then it has no effect on him. He is then going to turn back to what he's doing here, and kick this thing. Ugh.
If there's nothing else, that brings us to Guthrum.
I forgot to roll Constitution saving throw on my moonbeam. I did roll that. I got a nat
Nice.
20 on it. So moonbeam's still up. And that's a pretty good move. Moonbeam around. I'm gonna keep just like searing shit as best I can. Constitution saving throw DC 14 for Aranthea and Death Knight.
All right. Aranthea rolled a 10. Death Knight rolled a 13.
They suck. They're going to take well,
4 points.
4. Womp womp. And then I think that's all I'll do for now. Yeah. Freak mood tickle, Jesus.
All right. Svedna, roll a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw. I don't know where these rolls were in the first half, but I'm glad they're here now. That's a 17.
He telegraphs his move well enough that you're able to avoid it for the most part.
Mhm.
But you are still blasted with this baleful light. You'll take half of 16. So you'll take
Half of-
8 points of
Okay.
necrotic damage as you are
Got it.
blasted with this baleful light. The head that's crying on the ground speaks to you, Svedna. Do you think you can protect them from me? For how long? And he's going to attack you. Well, actually, I'm going to see if I get my Hellfire attack back first. Hold on.
The head is attacking.
No, the body attacks.
Oh,
the head
oh.
speaks.
Bite your legs off.
His 3 attacks against you.
Okay.
22.
That would hit. I think she kind of bangs Greshka against the shield. And this like larger buckler of red crystal forms. She's going to bump her AC up to 25 with shield.
25. So the second attack will not hit either.
Okay.
Third will with 26.
Okay. Yeah, just beats it.
Okay. You're going to take 11 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And 7 points of necrotic damage. As
Okay.
the body just pursues you, swinging the sword viciously. With this moonbeam kind of cooking the flesh mound, it's starting to like bubble. By where you are, Guthrum, and by where you are, Alistair. Like a huge blister full of what could be scalding hot yuck.
Oh dear.
Svedna, it's your turn.
Yeah, she took those last couple of hits pretty hard. Even as those words from the head kind of ring in her own head, do you think you can protect them and for how long? And she kind of clenches her teeth and then she will throw herself back at this thing. Just again, these brutal strikes. I think the sense of self-preservation is still there, but only like just barely. She just wants to get this thing down. So do this as an action here. That's a natural 1, unfortunately. So, go ahead.
You swing with reckless abandon, and I feel like for the narration of it all, it's multiple swings. You guys you are fighting. It's not just a swing and a wait. It's clashes of steel. There's sparks.
It feels
that
like
fly.
A duel. Yeah.
I imagine like even there are at times where the crystal has reforged the sword, the impacts are like busting away the crystal, and like this the magical latent energy within the sword peaks out. Your Vasicle grows back just in time to do it again. It is a battle of attrition between two wills incapable of backing off. And you swing again, and it's instinctual. You went for that same cleave, and there is no head.
Makes sense.
I'm going to say with a natural 1, he's going to get an attack of opportunity on you.
Sure. I'll allow it. No, I'm just kidding.
I'll allow it.
I'll allow it.
At least was a natural 20. 19 for a total of 28.
Yeah, shield won't help me there. So I will take that.
That is 19 points of slashing.
Yeah, she is looking hurt again, but I think but I still get my bonus action, correct? So that was just an action for the swing and the miss.
But you also, hold on, I'm sorry. You also are going to take 12 points of necrotic damage.
And she is almost down again. I think she kind of like staggers back, almost falling to one knee under this assault, but then she forces herself back up. Oh, man. All right, hang on. I'm going to have to recalculate a little bit here. Let's see. Yeah, no. Yeah, I think she will kind of look at this thing and just with as much anger as she can muster, even as she feels again kind of the weight of the sword and the shield and this armor that she's wearing, the weight of everything that has happened over this last almost decade, and just say, I am not going to stop. And I need him to make me a DC 14 wisdom saving throw, please.
Okie doke.
We're going to codify this duel, maybe. Fingers
9.
crossed. So again, these like tendrils of heat distortion, I think, kind of surround this headless knight essentially, and they almost seem to like tie the two of them together as she's going to cast her Oath of Challenge or Compelled Duel. So on a failed save, the target has disadvantage on attack rolls against creatures other than you, and it cannot willingly move to a space that is more than 30 feet away from you. Not that he would want to, but
That's
just
not
in
gonna be a
case.
problem.
Yeah, I didn't think so. She has 3 hit points. So that is going to be it for her turn. Because that was action and bonus action.
All right, Alistair.
Seeing this blister start to like form and boil, he kind of puts up his shield and turns away from it. And as
Oh,
he
God.
does so, he actually looks and sees that Svedna is in a terrible way again. And he kind of curses under his breath. I don't understand why she doesn't just finish it. And he is going to jump away from the blister, closer to Svedna. And if he can close with her, he's going to reach out, put a hand on her shoulder, try to help her back into a standing position from her knee. And he just says, "There's nothing of him left. Nothing at all. It is time, Svedna. Put this to rest."
I'm fucking trying. Shit. And she'll stand.
All right. You're going to some healing magics. You've got... Okay.
How are the resources looking, boys?
You know?
10,
Questionable.
11, 15 points of healing.
Not that bad.
There you go.
I am now out of 4th level, 3rd level, and 2nd level magic.
Keep in mind, you can use points of exhaustion to cast spells.
It's 1 point
The-
per spell level.
Correct. So, like, one
Woof.
spell, level 1 spell would be 1 point of exhaustion. Level 4 would be 4 points of exhaustion.
Okay.
But you can also offset it if you have spell slots. So it's like if you had a 4th level spell, you could, or I'm sorry, if you were going to like upcast a spell or what have you.
Right.
Are we using the 2014 exhaustion rules or the 2024 exhaustion rules?
There's
Because
a difference.
with 2024, it would basically be just like a minus whatever your exhaustion levels are to any D20 roll that you make. But obviously 2014 is more specific as far as the effects.
Right. And when your exhaustion reaches, hold on. You die at exhaustion 6. Yeah, I mean,
Right.
I think that's fine. We can use 2024.
Yeah, I'm not sure if like at what level of exhaustion you die in 2024. I think it might be 10, maybe. But anyway, I'll look
In
at that.
2024, it is 6.
Oh, it is still 6. Okay, good. That's good to know.
So you can lose up to a total of -12 off a roll. Well, -10, and then you die.
Okay, got it. Oh, it's -2 per level? Okay, got it.
Mhm. And your speed is reduced by a number of feet equal to 5 times your exhaustion level.
Okay.
How's-
Is it
Yeah, I think it's good from
right? Okay. So Guthrum, seeing that this meat flesh puddle is going to be bubbling over towards him, he is going to use bonus action with his shawl to teleport 30 feet away, hopefully out of distance. He then has advantage on his next attack. He'll use the Ring of the Bear to launch a spectral bear barreling towards the Death Knight. And so he needs to make, let me,
I thought it was advantage. Or is it a spell attack, or is it a saving throw?
This is a spell attack,
So you would have advantage.
and I have advantage on it. So
23 will hit.
okay, well, let me just roll for just in case it's sorry, I didn't figure out how to do it. Oh no, I'll take the 23. Okay, and then that is, oh dang, it was just hovering on it. So 11 force damage, and it gets pushed 5 feet away
That puts some space
from
between
Svedna.
you and him, Svedna. Yeah.
Does it give it provoke an attack of opportunity?
I think if it's unwilling movement, it doesn't usually,
Oh,
but
okay.
Baron, you can
I'm
decide
gonna
if that's
say
not true.
no,
Yeah,
just because it does. I don't think Svedna would have been ready.
but now
Yeah,
Svedna
definitely not.
can move without provoking an attack of opportunity.
True. How many feet was it, Philip? Did you say was it 15?
5.
5? Oh,
5.
cool. Thank you.
That is the end of my turn.
All right. You were the last one at scene. Well, the last one to strike it, so I need you. Oh wait, no. What was the telegraph? The popped boils? That wasn't what I meant. Pop boils, they all explode. Boiling hot, viscous matter showers in the places you've been. But you all moved, so you're good.
Nice.
um,
Moonbeam still providing that constant source of radiation. Hopefully it boils over.
you are all right next to him, and he just got his hellfire back. I need everybody to make a.
I'm
Dexterity
60 feet
save.
away from him.
Oh yeah, you are. She's fine. Alasdair and Svedna make dexterity saving throws.
Oh boy. 17.
Okay, okay.
I rolled, and my total is a 1.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Okay. Um. ooh. I'm sorry, doing math. Svedna, you're going to take the total damage is 18 fire damage.
Okay.
So you're going to take half of 9 for 4.
Okay. Got it.
And then it is also 18 necrotic damage.
Svedna is down.
That being said, Alasdair, you failed. You're looking at a total of 18 fire damage, doubled to 36.
Doubled?
I guess I'm not entirely positive how it wouldn't be doubled
Okay.
for crits on enemies.
Shit.
I mean, I suppose I could roll the dice again if you'd like.
No, that's
That
fine.
would make sense.
Yep.
Yep.
It's all
Okay.
good.
Oh boy.
Oh, I'm screwed.
I mean, some of it's resisted. So the first one was 18 fire. So you take 18
30
fire
hits.
damage.
Yep.
And then you would take 9 points of necrotic. And then I'll roll it again, because that's how I handle crits. You would take 23 fire damage. And 22 necrotic damage. Cut in half, so 11.
Yeah, the fire damage took me down. But it's the same source, so I don't fail a death save based on the
Right.
necrotic. Okay.
So your both would just be down.
Yep.
As this explosion of fire from his center mass ripples out and tosses your companions away from him. Go through him. He says nothing. The head just continues to weep soundlessly. Svedna, roll a death save.
Yep, here we go. That is a failure. An 8.
Alistair, roll a death save.
Nat 20.
You're up.
Yes.
So
With
yeah,
one L.
Enoch smiles upon me. I don't know how to do that on D&D Beyond. How do I?
I think you can just heal yourself for 1 and it should bring you back.
It
If you just click.
Oh, there we go. Heal
Mhm,
1.
yep.
Apply changes. Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Wow, incredible.
You are in the grasslands for a moment, Alistair. You have guided people to this place for a long time. Many people. More than most and less than you would have liked. You're standing kind of gazing at this endless horizon of grasslands. And you are aware of a figure that's beside you, behind you, in a periphery. That fox that had given its life for your prayer to heal your friends emerges beside you. You look down, it looks up at you, and this hand touches your shoulder, and you're back.
He kind of opens his eyes. There's a sharp intake of breath. And he kind of looks around, realizes that he's still in this horrendous situation. I understand. And he kind of rolls over and starts to try to get up.
You would be able to get up.
Is it his turn?
Actually, you rolled a death save. I'm
Yeah,
gonna say
I think that
you're
is my
still on the
turn.
ground.
Yeah.
So go through him. You hear gasp come from Alistair, but Svedna does not move.
Yeah, and of course I was like, I'm 60 feet away. Fucking idiot.
You made a choice.
I made a choice, yes. So, what I am going to do, how bloodied does Death Knight look?
He doesn't. I mean, he's
He
already
seems fine.
dead. It's hard. He doesn't like reveal
Yeah. Okay.
physical, but
Well,
I mean, he's got to the point where he's tore his head off, so it must be something, right?
yeah, I'm going to dash, and if you will allow me, as a bonus action, feed a good berry to Svedna.
I'll allow it.
Cool. That's what I shall do. Placing myself between the Death Knight and Svedna.
Bold.
I'm not afraid of this thing. It doesn't even have a head.
Yeah.
Please don't hurt me.
If that is the end of your turn, it is the Death Knight's turn.
Yeah.
Let me see if.
By the way, the compelled duel or whatever that's gone now,
Yeah, no
so
problem.
it doesn't have disadvantage on attacks against anyone else.
Damn, dude, I got my orb back again. The dice want me to kill you. But I don't think he is fully recognizing Svedna and Alistair being back. His eyes are on you right now, Guthrum. The head on the ground says to you, "You have so much to lose. What a shame." He's gonna attack you 3 times. Oh fuck, dude! First one's a natural 20.
Oh god damn it.
Oh god. You're lucky, dude. It went from another 20 to an 8, so a total of 17 on the second one.
Yeah, that hits.
And then in 22, so 3 hits.
Yeah. 1 crit, 3 hits. Can
Yeah,
you do the crit last?
sure. So the first attack is 12 slashing, 12 necrotic. Second is 19 slashing, 12 necrotic.
So 31.
Yes. I have it in my game log. I can go back and check. I'm just mashing the button right now.
Yeah. No, that's good. I'm down.
He doesn't stop.
Yeah, why would he?
His
crit.
last attack was his crit. So what is your total health? I don't think you'll be able to. He might. With a crit, he might be able to.
Yeah, he might be able to.
So it's going to do 20 slashing. So I think you might be safe.
After you rolled 2 twice for slashing?
Yeah.
Okay.
And 22 necrotic, so 40 something damage. You shouldn't have gone over.
That's half though.
Is it half? I thought it was your.
It's over half.
I thought it had to be more than your total. Yeah.
But one attack that deals over half immediately drops you.
Oh, what is it? It's
Oh wait, let me see here. Damage at 0. If you take any damage while you have 0, they suffer death saving throw failure. If the damage is from a crit hit, you suffer 2 failures instead. There you go. If the damage equals or exceeds your hit point maximum, you die.
Right.
So it does not
have
have
have okay. 2 failures then.
2 failures. Okay. Whew. Cool.
All right. And the thing he's going to telegraph is he's just holding his sword in the air. If someone doesn't attack him before his next turn, he will kill Guthrum. That brings us to...
In one round, all 3 of us
Yep.
went down.
This guy has chewed up well over 200 points of health between the 3 of us, which is wild.
It's a deadly encounter, and you guys have done exceptionally well. You've done exceptionally well.
It is Svedna's turn.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think actually I'm curious, Philip, what are Guthrum's good berries? What are they like? What's the taste? What's the texture?
I mean, these I hope that you have been able to enjoy this, but a sun-warmed and ripened blackberry right off of the blackberry vine. When you pick it and you can immediately smell it, and it's like so juicy and it just melts in your mouth. That is what these are.
I like that a lot. Yeah, she tastes this sort of like warm, kind of tart blackberry in her mouth. She kind of, again, is jerked out of death again, which, as Jeremy said in the side chat, is kind of torture if you think about it. As she's once again spurred on by her desire to just stop this thing. I don't think at this point, as horrible as it is to even contemplate, she's even thinking of this thing as Finn, as Alistair said, it has to be finished. This has to stop. I don't even think she looks back over her shoulder or looks down to see where Guthrum is. I think, again, she just kind of almost like an animal, just kind of throws herself at this thing. Please let me hit. Let me see. I can't do Hexblade's Curse. I can't do Sacred Weapon or any of this other stuff. It's just going to be a regular roll. So let's see how this goes. Regular roll.
What you get?
That is a 24. Which I assume will hit.
You hit.
That is 6 points of magical slashing and 7 points of fire damage.
13 damage. Okay.
I have no more lay on hands. I have... What spells do I have that are bonus actions? Oh, God, no healing words. Hang on, one second. Oh, she'll do this. Okay, so yeah, I think I imagine, honestly, because it's just like this sloppiest fucking swing. Like, she is so discombobulated coming out of death a second time. And I think maybe she sees her own reflection in the sort of battered black armor that this individual is wearing. And I think in this like weird moment, she sees herself as she is now, kind of the long tangled hair, the fox stone totem of Anek that she carved, battered and bruised to shit. I think she sees a flash of how she was in Drift, just covered in scars, filthy, not taking care of herself at all, just flinging herself into every fight she could find to try and atone and alleviate the guilt. And then the last thing she sees before these flashes clear is she sees herself as she was in the rod with this like young, wide-eyed, 25-year-old adventurer, just trying to emulate great tiefling hero Selik Nazif and being so completely unprepared for the truth of the past. And she just snarls at that image, and she is going to cast Unstoppable on herself. And
I'm unstoppable.
she has a +2 to her AC for the duration. So now her AC is 22. It is concentration, though, so this could go away relatively quickly. But yeah, and she is up with 1 hit point. That's it.
Alistair.
Okay. Okay. So he is going to once again fall to his knees in prayer, or actually just roll over and kind of like raise himself to the position of his knees. Sputtering blood. He can feel it now. The long rest is close. And he's going to push himself. So he's going to take 3 levels of exhaustion to push a 1st level spell slot into 4th level. If I understand, that's the intention.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's what he is going to do. And is going to cast Mass Healing Word. Nope. I think Prayer of Healing might be better.
You guys are incredibly difficult to kill. Stop healing.
Stop healing.
Yeah, actually, Prayer of Healing
again.
is going to be better, I think. So, 48 versus 3d4 plus 4.
48 is 48. 48, you said? Is
48 is Prayer of Healing. So that's an
And then-
average of 36, 18.
Yeah, but the effects
Yeah,
of a short rest will definitely help me because I have a bunch of hit dice I have not used yet.
Oh, well then that's the ticket right there. All right, Prayer of Healing. So 11 and
You benefit from a
20.
short rest though when you're unconscious?
Once I'm healed, I'm up.
Oh, that's right, because there's the healing in addition to the got it.
Mhm.
Understood.
20 points of healing.
Wow, that's actually pretty good. That's
Um,
pretty good.
The only thing is that if you were affected by the effects of the short rest before, you cannot be affected again. It says a creature can't be affected by the spell again until that creature finishes a long rest.
So
Oh,
you
wait.
wouldn't get the benefits of
Wouldn't
a
get
short
the
rest then.
benefits
of
You
the
just
short
get the
rest, yeah.
healing.
Yeah.
But still, I mean,
Yeah.
40,
Well, if
48
that would
is better
mean
than
changing
3d4
your
plus
spell
4.
choice, you can.
I think 48 still comes out to a better average, so
Yeah,
I think I'm just going to
it's-
stick with that.
32
Alright.
compared to 16, it's doubled potentially. If you go like max, obviously, not the average.
The average would be 18 for 44.
So yeah, it was 20. 20 total. So we're going to stick with
yeah.
that. So the healing magic kind of radiates out from him. And he is going to move to where Guthrum is, if he can, and use whatever remains of his turn, his strength, to pull Guthrum up off of the ground to his feet so that he doesn't have to try to do so under his own accord. Not yet, Guthrum. Not yet.
Thank you, Alistair. If it is my turn,
It is.
I will. Bonus action rage. And then I'll go ahead and with my form of the beast, take 2 claws and attack this guy. So first, does a 16 hit?
Does not.
Yeah,
You, at this point, I mean,
I get one more. 17.
17 will not hit. You're looking
And
for
then,
20.
oh God, and then unarmed? No, 14.
We see our party, this is the last legs. We're past the last legs. Each swing of your weapon is what feels like irreversible damage to your muscles. There is no energy left. There is no, like, you are being held together by the divine magic of wills far greater than yours at this point. You have seen the other side of death and been brought back at least twice, some of you. If you walk away from this, you will not be the same. And that is a testament to how different you were from 7 years ago. Things are lost when the mind enters the blackness of death. There are memories that do not just simply come back because we are alive once again. But we do what we can. Guthrum, you had brought his attention to you as you were the last to attack him. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. "12 is a failure.
Yeah.
You're going to take 16 points of slashing damage.
Halved. 8.
The night that you see this individual that was wrapped in an armor dark as pitch no longer has a head. This bale light sits atop his shoulders. The stump where he pulled his head, it like bleeds this congealed blood, but it is a corpse. There is physical tangibility to it that has been sundered, slashed, pierced, beaten with magics unseen in some places. There's a final stand to be made. You see as it takes a step that there is a limp. There's been some damage done to this individual's legs. But he stands atop you now, Guthrum. And the head on the ground says to you, well, says out loud, "I understand what it's like to come back from the dead, but there will be a time very soon where you join me. It is inevitable." There is within this baleful light something tangible. It's hard to see with how piercing and just like I imagine this is kind of like Hellraiser, or I mean even like Poltergeist, where like you can't look at this thing. Like it brings such a pressure and tension to your head that it feels like you might explode if you were to look in the center of this light. He's gonna attack you 3 times, Guthrum. First is a 27.
That hits.
You're going to take 11 slashing, reduced by half, and 8 necrotic. I don't know if you have resistance to that.
I do not have resistance to that, and that will take me down.
He's going to attack you again.
Yes, one failure. Roll to see if it's 2.
Well, I think if you're unconscious and he attacks you,
Yeah,
isn't
if it's
that
in
auto crit?
melee, well,
Oh.
doesn't he have to hit first?
Well, does he? Because you're unconscious and on the ground. So
He should auto hit, or like my AC should be
I
0 or
think it's
something like
think
that.
it's an auto crit. I think you're right, but he's got to hit first, I think.
I mean, I
But he
rolled
would
a
also have
26 on the die.
advantage. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
Oh.
that is 2 failed death saves right there. So yeah.
Oh,
And his last.
So, actually, there's an ability that I had not used.
Oh yeah.
So
Now is your time, dude.
From where he's knelt not far away, whenever he goes to deliver this coup de grace to Guthrum, Alistair just kind of like shakes his head. No, no, and he like extends his shield arm outwards, and there's like a shimmering, like, again, almost like the golden hue of that wheat field that he was just standing in kind of extends out from his shield, almost like taking the shape of the shield and carrying it all the way out and to interpose itself between the Death Knight and Guthrum, and it's going to turn the critical hit into just a normal hit as I
You only
cast
lost one.
use Sentinel at Death's Door.
He's gonna attack you for his final attack. He rolled a 23 to hit, which would auto crit. Can you use Sentinels?
I only have one reaction.
One reaction.
So before he kills you, Guthrum, 2 things are about to happen. 1, he what goes through your head? Obviously you're down and unconscious, but let's say for the narrative's sake, it's like you're watching Death's Door. What is going through your head?
yeah, it's like the ringing drowns out any other sound. And for much of Guthrum's life, he was very selfish and self-centered and wallowed in his own self-pity, and all of his actions were for himself. And it wasn't until he had these kids that he realized maybe he needs to, that's when he realized he needs to think about more than just himself, and that continued to expand to his community. And he knows that if he chose to be a survivor and live and run away, then that would be the selfish choice again. Even if it's for his loved ones, it would be selfish of him to do that rather than show them you need to take a stand, you need to be firm in your convictions, you need to have principles and do what is right and face evil, even if that means your life. And if you've done everything you can to save yourself while taking out evil, that is something to be more proud of.
You look up, you stare into this blinding light. The sword hangs above its head. And the next thing you know, your vision shows you with you're looking up, but the floor is at your head. You're kind of in the puddle as he's cut your head off. Svedna.
I think seeing that, um, I think Svenna briefly thinks about the one thing that Guthrum said to her, 7, 8 years ago in the Rodwood, this idea about you make this one mistake that you will think about for the rest of your life. And then I think as she watches this dwarf get decapitated, I think in the back of her head, she also hears Tom saying, not everyone gets to go on the adventure. And she's so tired of adventure. She's so tired of this, of all of the pain and just seeing all of these people die. And I think she snarls like some kind of demon out of a child's story and just tries to drive her sword into the back of this thing, um, to try and finish this. Um, yeah, I don't have anything else. She's gonna go for it. You know what? Hang on. Actually, I have one. Well, let me see if I hit first before I do anything. That's a 10. That will not hit.
That will not hit.
Yeah, I think the sword is like just a bar of lead in her hands. It just kind of like hits the ground right, I imagine right by Guthrum's severed head. And she feels this lurch of nausea and just the guilt and the shame of all of this. Um, she's still up, but yeah, I think her mind is just going in 1,000 different directions at once as she's trying to figure out how the fuck did I miss this thing again? But that will be the end of her turn. Well, we have one more second level spell slot. But if I do that, that's going to break Shield of Faith. Can she tell Baron? I don't know if it's too much for a turn. Can she tell um if this thing's intention is to go after Alistair next? Can she tell from like maybe not its face, obviously, because it doesn't have one, but like its body language? I'm happy to roll an insight check if you think that's too
Yeah,
much for a turn,
roll
that's fine.
insight. I mean, realistically, he intends to kill all of you, but you
Well,
can
right,
absolutely roll
right.
insight on who he plans to kill next.
Of course, that's a 6. You know, it doesn't matter. I am going to use my final second level spell slot that I was saving for a smite. She is going to try to cast. Wait, is that a first level or a second level? Hang on, please hold. Uh, um, where the hell is it? Oh my God, hang on, 2 seconds. I blame Philip in his excellent fucking description. Yeah, okay, never mind. Disregard that. Yep, she can't do that. I thought it was a second level spell. It's only a first level spell and it can't be upcast. So that's it. I guess you know what? She will move. We'll do that at least. Jesus Christ. She will move so that she is hopefully like kind of standing over Guthrum's body, because I know Alistair was by Guthrum, trying to put herself between the Death Knight and Alistair, and spread the
So,
wings as best
I'm
she
going to
can.
say that since you aren't leaving his proximity, because Guthrum was also beside him,
Right.
that's fine.
It's really more of a shift instead of like, yeah,
yeah.
cool. Thank you. That'll be it.
Excuse me. Pardon me. Excuse me.
Just trying to self-sacrifice here. Anyway, that's it.
Svedna, that's your turn. Alistair.
Okay. So,
Question: did you get healed when you did that last prayer?
mm-mm.
Oh, well,
Not at one. Or well, I guess maybe I didn't. No, I thought I did. I think he just hit me
your
back
health
down
hasn't
again.
changed from 1 since.
Yeah, it was 20, right? That's what you heal us, Jeremy. Because I'm at
Okay.
21 right now, and I was also at 1.
That is entirely possible that I just didn't even
I don't
do
think
that.
you healed yourself.
Okay.
Cleric, heal thyself.
However, I have a plan for what I'd like to do. The only issue is it's technically 2 different actions, but if I can, as a part of that, I'd like to push myself again,
Mhm.
and that would mean that Alistair would push himself to exhaustion level 6. So, if it's okay with you, Baron, could I do both of these in the same turn as the same part of this?
I think if the cost is you're willing to die for it, make it good. Swing for the fences, man.
Okay.
Oh,
He prayers to
God.
Enoch one more time, and he is going to channel his divinity using Path to the Grave. So he's going to curse the Headless One, and he'll be cursed until the end of my next turn. But the next time me or an ally of mine hits the cursed creature with an attack, the creature has vulnerability to all of that attack's damage, and the curse ends.
Okay.
So I would like to place that upon the Headless One.
Sure.
And then I'm going to push myself another first level spell slot. 3 levels of exhaustion pushed to 4th level to cast Death Ward upon Svedna. I touch a creature and I grant it a measure of protection from death. The first time that the target would drop to 0 hit points before the spell ends, the target instead drops to 1 hit point, and the spell ends. So with the last bit of his life energy, he reaches out and touches Svedna, and he says, End this so that we may rest in peace. And then he closes his eyes and collapses to the ground.
So I think we see, from Svedna's perspective, she looks up as you reach over to touch her, and there's this robed figure. You see a fox-like face under its hood reaching out to touch you, Svedna. And then around you, we see the spirit of Alistair almost form like an armor. It's intermingling with Vazikil as it kind of puts like a filigree across your armor. It doesn't clean it off, but there is an essence of divinity wrapped about you now. You feel like you could pick your sword up again.
You muted yourself, Baron.
Wham, wham.
Wah, wah.
It's
Headless
Death
One's
Knight's
turn.
Death Knight's turn. He is going to use his Hellfire Orb. Roll a dexterity saving throw.
It's only 12.
That's so much dex.
Telling you.
You would be hit for 29 points of damage. I already reduced the fire for you. So that
Okay,
would drop
so-
you.
But I come back up because of Alistair being a dick. I'm just kidding.
It's very like this moment goes by very quickly. You know, you feel this, Alistair, the armor embrace you, and it's in that moment like the Headless One turns his gaze to you, and you just see from that light the expansion of black fire.
Mhm.
And as it is wreathed around you, it takes its toll on your body, but that divinity kind of like fizzles away, and you are left standing, and Alistair is gone. I feel like that all would have happened at the same time. You would have seen this telegraphed explosion, and Alistair would reach over, and during that explosion, we see Alistair crumple behind you. It's your turn.
I am terrified to roll this because this will be it.
This
right?
is it.
One way or the
This
other.
is really it.
My rolls have just been so catastrophically bad.
It's all down to this because you can kill him. He has
I'm sure.
very
I'm
low
sure.
health.
And he's
That's
you
a
do
9.
double damage.
That's a 9. Yeah, I think as terrible as it is, although it was a very noble sacrifice, I think seeing Alistair just slump to the ground, After everything he shared with her, teaching her about Anek, or at least trying to help her put down the burden of her mistakes, and just seeing him dead, I think she just, like you were saying before, and also just yanked back and forth from death.
We can, I think, in this moment, piggyback off of a Daggerheart mechanic. It's
So
safe to
how about this
assume.
actually? I have one question because I've literally used all my resources, right, except for
Sure.
one second level spell slot. I have this thing called magical cunning, which the things though it doesn't do anything. It's just it lets me regain one expended spell slot, which is not going to do anything. So never mind. Continue, Baron. I'm scrambling. I'm like, oh, look at the sheet. Where's the answer? But anyway, continue.
I'm going to
Daggerheart
give
mechanic.
you one of two options. You can gamble again for the ultimate loss and failure, but there is a cost that I will tell you after.
Hmm.
This cost will allow you to survive one more hit, similar to this death ward. Or you can do an all or nothing. This will kill you, but you will get an attack that hits and the opportunity to kill him. It is still a gamble because you have to kill him.
Okay, so one guaranteed hit, but you will die, right? That's one option,
Correct.
right? For
Or
the other option is, go ahead. I want to make sure I
there you
understand.
will suffer a narrative loss
Hmm.
that I will not tell you until afterward, but you will survive another hit, which will
You
give
know
you
what?
another chance to attack.
Right.
So
I think so a one or a three, we will go with first option. Two or four, we will go with the second option. Time for a decision, D4, kids. That is the three. So she'll survive this attack and then have one more opportunity to kill this individual, I believe.
So you
That was
swing, you do
Mhm.
your best to raise your sword, and your arm screams at you. And for the sake of this, since we've already kind of discussed the deal here, we're just going to move through this. You swing,
Mhm.
and he just parries it to the side. The heirloom sword, bloody with the blood of your friends, countless others. He's not going to make three attacks. It's just the one sword attack to kill you. And as he does, you raise your left arm involuntarily. The entirety of Vazikil manifests over you as he swings to kill you, and he cuts off your left arm.
Mm.
And in that moment, there is a shock of unrealistic pain that surges through you, and there is a quiet in your mind that you have not heard in many years. You're alone. The opportunity to attack again is yours.
On the guaranteed kill. But you know what? I rolled for it. We're gonna roll for it again. That's a natural one.
Your arm falls to the ground, and you look up into this baleful light as the heirloom sword pierces your chest and punctures your heart, and your lifeblood joins the mass of flesh that wraps this dragon. Shadows envelop us. We are swallowed by darkness, and emerging from a platform is a figure we have not seen in this trilogy. It is an old man, very old. He wears wrinkles on his face like a canyon wears the erosion of rivers. He has seen many, many years. He emerges from the darkness, and beside him, a knight, Ivan, who led the charge. We see that the Grand Firefly is in shackles, being pulled along by a knight behind him. And the men go to surge forward, and we see this old man who wears a thin gold circlet around his white hair. His eyes, though, like a hawk, never leaving this headless individual. The men-at-arms go to draw their swords, but he raises his hand. And he rapidly draws a sigil, complex and in depth beyond measure. Wizards of this caliber have not done magic like this outside of their towers in time immemorial. This individual casts, and we see the headless knight frozen, stuck by these sigils that the knights actually are like turning away as their eyes begin to bleed at the sight of whatever magic is being cast, almost as if blood is being pulled out of the air to hold this thing. The old man descends, and it takes some time, and he is held there. The knights stand at the top of the platform, and he approaches. With this wrinkled hand, he reaches into the baleful light. The entity squirms, and he pulls from this shard of light a piece of glass. The glass itself seeming to glow with this veil of light. The headless figure slumps and falls to the ground. The royal-looking figure gazes at this, puts it in a sleeve, turns. Ivan, some assistance. The stairs are hard at my knees. Ivan quickly, my lord. And he rushes down to take the arm of this old man, who walks up the stairs once again and leaves into the darkness. We see hordes of undead stop where they are and collapse. There is a shift in the clouds, and we do see that sun that was coming through and casting its light on the battlefield before kind of break apart even more, and the sky is red, like the morning of a stormy day, like a precursor to a storm to come. And that is where we are going to end.
Wow. Wow.
All right. Well, thank you guys for trying.
Jesus
You did a hell of a
Christ.
job. You did a lot. You did a lot.
Really close. Real close.
Mm.
You were really close. You had
I should have
17 HP left.
taken the guaranteed hit, but it's like, you know what, I'll roll for it, make it interesting.
Dice tell
But
the story.
Nat
Yeah.
one.
I
Unbelievable.
know. Honestly, I feel like that, like I was saying in the side chat, that's like the perfect
Mhm.
culmination of all the shit that Svedna has been through since the
It's a
Rodwood. Like
tragic, yeah.
it is a very tragic story, which is sad but also very engaging. Anyway, sorry, Baron, didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's it. That's all I got. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah, I did. It's been a
I
hot
felt
minute
it.
since
I
I've seen
wouldn't
a
say I
TPK.
enjoyed it, but I felt it.
Felt it right here in your chest,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
your chesticles.
Well, I mean, from the outset, we kind of knew this is where it was all gonna go.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
true.
I enjoyed
still
it.
was. I really expected Guthrum to survive. Honestly, fuck.
I hoped he was going to. I hoped he
I
Dead
was
really-
flags were all there.
I really left the Death Knight's attacks, like his target, kind of up to
Yeah.
you guys based on who
Yeah,
attacked
I
him
know.
last.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like, well, let's just try to survive for one more round. I have to do. Yeah, it was
Mhm.
awesome.
I
Really
tried
well
to.
played out. Final
Yeah.
battle.
Very much so.
I tried
Agreed.
to make it kind of like a video game boss, where it's like you know what he's about to do,
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. No, that
You
was
can
great.
see-
Telegraphed
you
attacks and
react.
everything. Mhm.
and
its
I used the
resources.
battlefield actions from Pointy Hat. So like,
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they're cool.
it's less of a layer action and like this is something that's about to happen, and you have up until my turn to stop it or avoid it
Mhm.
or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's also, from my understanding, his inspiration behind that is a lot of like, video game bosses where it's
Yeah,
like you
yeah.
can clearly tell what they're about to do. Oh, there's a circle there. If I get away from that, I'm not going to get blown up.
That's important.
Whoa, crazy.
Hello.
But given that you were fighting one guy, even a
Yeah.
deadly encounter, you can beat the shit out. Are you guys okay? This was a deadly encounter. He was CR 11.
Mhm.
And I did forego using parry for most of the beginning.
Right.
And I did not use his magic resistance or his martial undead ability. But all his attack damages and stuff like that, DCs, that was kept the same. So you guys are out here taking hits from a very deadly encounter.
Yeah. Yeah, that was brutal, but it was a really good ending to the story, honestly.
It was.
I think so.
I'm glad you guys think so. But we do got to get going, so we can wrap here. Jeremy, if you want to take us out.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Baron, once again for putting together this incredible series of trilogies here on the channel. I've really enjoyed getting to know the Ard lands, even from this really sick, twisted angle. That's always really a lot of fun. And again, Alistair was such an absolute pleasure to get the chance to play. So thank you for that opportunity. Thank you, Jason and Philip, for playing. As always, I love playing with you guys. We missed Karen in this one. Always love playing with Karen as well, but life has its way of cheating us out of our good dice rolls, as we saw tonight. So remember, everyone, that kindness is a free action. It costs you absolutely nothing to be kind to people, so please go out there and be kind. Be nice, fuck ice. That's my new phrase. If you like this stuff, then hang around the channel. Do all the stuff that the algorithm likes to see. Hit the like button, the subscribe button, comment on this channel, on the video, go and watch other content, share the link around with people. That's how we do the thing here. So thank you. All right, I think that's everything. So we're going to go ahead and get out of here. I think the next game from us here on the channel will be on Tuesday. If everything comes together, we'll be back with Thunder Ridge. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank you again, Baron. And until next time, may your dice roll high and your snacks always be within reach.